up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation. What's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing it back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay, Bari, and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up PlayStation Podcast, episode 110 to be exact, the first episode of 2023, and it feels good to be back. You know what I mean? It feels good to be back. Man, 2023 is going to be an amazing year here at What's Up PlayStation Podcast, or just What's Up PlayStation in general. And we can't wait to, unveil a couple of things that we got set up and planned for you guys for the year. Not only, it's going to be a great year here at What's Up PlayStation, but it's going to be a great year for PlayStation in general, with all the great games coming out. VR2, new DualSense Edge controller. It's going to be good. I see the beautiful people in the chat. What is good, guys? We appreciate you guys coming through and always supporting What's Up PlayStation Podcast, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed us in 2022. But let me tell you guys, let me tell you, get close to your cell phone, to your computer speaker, put your earbud in. Let me tell you what's gonna go down. It's gonna be good in 2023. But for those people that are new to What's Up PlayStation Podcast, we are a PlayStation-centric podcast where we talk about the latest. And I mean the greatest, the good, the bad, the ugly news of PlayStation throughout the week. I am one of your hosts, Jay Bari, and I got the best list on you. Man, it's been a minute since I said that, but it feels good. It feels good.
But like I said, I am just one of the hosts of What's Up PlayStation podcast. It's a two-man team here. Two people are at the helm of this ship here. Okay. When we want to go to floor number 7, we both press floor number 7. Okay. We put our fingerprints all over that button. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Let me introduce the other host of What's Up PlayStation podcast, the king of queens himself, Mr. Destiny Lightfall. I can't wait to play. Huh? The God himself. The soundboard god himself. Gaming with Persona. Yo, Persona, what's good, bro?
Oh man, it feels good to be back, man. It feels good to be back. Episode 110 of What's Up PlayStation podcast. It's been what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, Bari?
2 weeks, man.
Man, 2 weeks too long,
felt
bro.
Quick, though. Felt quick, in my opinion.
It felt. I mean, yeah, I think the vacation definitely went pretty quickly for me as well. But it definitely feels good to be back, man. In a new year, we in 2023. The year of JRPGs, the year of PlayStation, the year of PSVR, the year of PlayStation Edge, the year of Spider-Man 2, the year of Final Fantasy 16.
Sound like a wolf.
And yo, listen, man. I'm excited, man. I'm also excited for What's Up PlayStation podcast in 2023 because we've got a lot that's gonna be happening throughout the year. A lot of growth is gonna happen, and we definitely want y'all to take this journey with us. And listen, man. Always remember, What's Up PlayStation podcast is a podcast for the community by the community.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, 2023 is here. First episode of the year, which is going to be a pretty good one. I said on Twitter, or I said on my show the other day, the news is not like a lot of news. It's not like a lot of quality, not quality, but quantity of news. But the quality of news is pretty good. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. You guys see the title of the show, and 110 episodes in, man. 110 episodes in, man.
110, man. The growth, the sheer. We've been doing this for over 2 years, man.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yeah, and in this episode, we do have a special announcement that we're gonna be letting you guys know about. But before we get into that, before we get into all that good and all that fancy stuff, what is good, guys? We see you guys in the chat, man. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Also, you see the Plus on Block boys in the building. Yo, shout out to Plus on Block, my boy Upchuck Gaming.
Chuck, man. And he had a good show yesterday, man.
Yeah.
That was a really great show.
You say, like, also with the news, the quality of news was pretty up there as well. And the good topics as well for, Plus on Block. So if you guys definitely go and subscribe to Plus on Block, man, help them reach their goal. I think they want to get to like 500 subs. They almost there or close to there, I think. Not too sure, but let's get them up there. Support, good people, man. Fighting Game Podcast is something kind of different here in this community. And if you guys want, gaming talk or gaming centric stuff, definitely go and subscribe to Plus on Block Podcast, man. Doing great things.
Definitely support those boys, man. They're good dudes over there. And, we definitely trying to get them to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, man. So let's definitely make that happen, man. Go support those boys.
Oh yeah, that's a fact, man. And make sure you watch the videos and all that stuff too, as well.
Yes, sir.
But
all right, how was your? Go ahead.
Nah, I was about to ask you the same question you was gonna ask me, man.
Go ahead, ask it. This your show this week. Go ahead, brother.
Nah, I mean, you go ahead. You already asked it. Go ahead and ask it. You know what I mean? You want to ask me a question. You want to interview with Persona. You want to interview me. Go ask a goddamn question.
I mean, you was already going to ask the question, so ask the question.
I was going to ask the question, but you was going to ask the same question, and you asked you initiated the asking the question of the question before I was going to ask, so you asked a goddamn question.
I get that, but you got the best lisp. You understand? So when you ask the question, you gonna ask the question with the lisp, and it roll off the lips. It add the lisp. Like, go and ask the question. Go and ask the question.
You want me to ask the question that you was gonna ask that question, but since I was gonna ask the same question and I got the lisp to ask the question, you want me to ask the question.
Absolutely. I want you to ask the question that you thought I was going to ask the question when you asked the question. So that's why I want you to ask the question, because your lisp with asking the question makes the lisp of the question more questionable.
Yo, what?
I don't know.
Hey, yo, get that man a trophy. Yo, so the question is, yo, how was the week, man? How you feeling, man? Everything good? Everything good? Everything good over there, man? What's going on, man? It's been a minute.
Yo, listen. My week. First off, my holiday was great. Just being super chill, super. Always take the holiday time to, recharge and get ready for the new year with new projects and things like that. So my holiday time was great.
Absolutely.
I played a lot of games. Platinum Crisis Core.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest games to release last year. And then this week, man, the first week coming back to work is always crazy because it's a lot of issues that tend to happen, or a lot of projects and things. You kind of hit the ground running. So very, very busy work wise, and then even like gaming. Gaming was definitely a little sparse for me this week. It was kind of
sparse. What you wear for PlayStation?
Not sparse, but
the Andrew
not
House.
sparse, but definitely more chill this week. A little more, much more of a laid back week, just to kind of get reacclimated with work and everything. But still lots of gaming to be.
Oh no, I definitely feel you, man. Yeah, like for me, this week has been a very chill week as well. I've been watching a lot of anime, man, like catching up on One Piece stuff, getting ready for One Piece, Odyssey. Yeah, there's a lot of animes. Rewatching Dragon Ball Z as well. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna I rewatching. I'm all the way like almost done with the Boo saga, and I'm gonna go.
Damn, you're already in the Boo saga,
bro. I've been anime. Heavy.
Yeah, you must have been really, but yeah, you must have been really watching like kind of crazy,
week, bro. Like
I started I started watching what's that Chainsaw Man.
Oh, Chainsaw Man is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm on the final episode of that.
Started watching that. Yeah, so I finally started watching that.
I'm actually I'm actually that shocked it was that good. I'm like this premise sound dumb as hell, but as I'm watching the show,
like
I'm like,
the way
it's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy because I'm just like the premise is definitely weird, but I think that's also what pulled me in because I'm like, the man is a chainsaw demon and it's like ripping his face off, like all this crazy shit. I'm just like, yo, there's no way like this in itself pulled me in where I'm like, I gotta watch
very
this.
Adult show, like not only with sexual theme stuff, but just with the talks and everything.
Well, it's funny because it reminds me of I don't know if you ever seen this anime called Monster. It's called Naoki Urasaka's Monster.
Mm-mm.
And it's an anime about a detective that saved a boy when he was a child from dying, and the boy grows up and ends up becoming like this one of like the most brilliant murderers like in that time, and he's got to stop him and all this crazy shit, and it's incredible. Like it's like an incredible anime. So like I get those types of vibes when it comes to like the theme and like the conversations and whatnot, because it can be very, very adult as well. So so that and catching up on Demon Slayer, I gotta I'm gonna catch up on that, and Monster Hunter. I'm not Monster Hunter. My Hero as well. So I'm behind on a lot of anime.
My Hero right now, where they at in the anime is at the very, very like serious adult theme concepts. Like if you guys been reading the manga and all, you pretty much know what's going on. But yeah, like My Hero is very lighthearted with some stuff and very inspirational. Now it's about to get like it's about to be gut punches in your stomach. You know what I mean? Like, they about to hit you with them. Yo, people. People, let me shut up. Let's watch My Hero. It's pretty good, man. I know a lot of people sleep on My Hero. It's great.
I'm picked back up a Jobless Incarnation.
Oh yeah, that's my joint right there.
Oh yeah.
I love my isekais, man. I watch a lot of the isekai animes.
Because where I left off was where he was going off to the magic school. I think it's where I left off. No. When old girl left. Yeah, he was like a little bit older. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, when he went off to the magic.
You still pretty early.
Yeah.
I was going to say a part, but yeah, you didn't pass that part. But yeah, man, been catching up and watching a lot of anime. I can list them all, but I ain't gonna do all that. I've been gaming as well. I was playing Call of Duty again, man. I despise this game with a passion, but it's something about like doing certain challenges that will get me to play the game. But I really truly hate this game with a passion, man. It's so inconsistent with everything. Everything that game is about is just very inconsistent. You know what I mean? It's not a skill-based Call of Duty game. You know what I mean? Like I see people doing like the craziest stuff in this game where I'm like, how the hell you get the kill? I watch a lot of like kill cams in that game. I'm like, look how this person is shooting and aiming. How are you even getting a head? You're not even like aiming for the head, but you're getting headshots. It's the weirdest thing in the world, man. I'm like,
I was in a match with a guy yesterday where he was aimbotting, and like I watched the kill cam. And you know how like when you jump shotting or you jump around a corner or something like that, your aim is not perfect because you have to reposition and all that stuff. So if you're shooting somebody, it's gonna take a couple seconds, and you know it's a gamble because you might die. Bro, the man jumped, and like as soon as he landed, whoop, boom, and killed me, and I'm like,
PC
you garbage, bro. Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yo,
and I'm like, yo, you garbage, bro. Like you absolute garbage.
I think a lot of people are wall hacking in that game now because
Absolutely.
now I'm seeing like I be having like Ghost and Dead Silence on, and I'm running behind a wall, and when I watch the kill cam, the person's like tracking me through the wall, like, oh, they know exactly where I'm going to show up. I'm like, how you know that? I'm not on the mini map. You can't hear me because I got Dead Silence on, but you just know. And I look at them like, yeah, you're tracking my movements throughout the whole wall as I get to a corner or a window or whatnot. I'm like, yeah, it's just pure cheating in that game, man. But yeah, I also been playing Chain Echoes a lot too, man. Chain Echoes is an amazing RPG game. Definitely give that developer your support, guys. They did a wonderful job, man. Because I get more Final Fantasy VI vibes with that game. Yeah, they have some Chrono Trigger stuff in, as far as the look and the aesthetic of the game. But as far as like the pacing and how things are being done, separating your crew and bringing them back here at certain moments, I get a lot of Final Fantasy VI vibes from it, and also the mechs and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that game is great, man. Like I've been playing that back and forth. This morning I've been playing it. Right after this podcast, I'll probably be playing it after I do my, little New Year cleaning and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I've been loving the hell out of that game, man. So hopefully I can get it done before One Piece comes out. And
One Piece come out next week.
Yeah, One Piece actually comes out this week. Coming up, well, next week, yeah.
Next week, yeah. This is like the last day of this week.
Yeah,
so,
but there's a demo coming out on Tuesday. So if you guys want to play One Piece Odyssey demo, you play the demo and your save from the demo can cross over to the game, which I love when.
Oh, word? That's pretty smart to do that.
Yeah, I love when people when they do that. Always do that. But
the first game I'm buying in January is I'm gonna buy Persona 3 and 4, just off the principle. But it's really gonna be Forspoken. It's probably gonna be the first game that Monster Hunter Rise, and Forspoken. So yeah. January's actually starting off pretty hectic.
Yeah,
when they come to the game.
If you get Monster Hunter, I was planning on getting Monster Hunter. I was gonna wait for like Wild Hearts, but if you plan to get,
I'm picking that up too. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be on that Monster Hunter. So we could definitely run a little bit of that. But I know I'm not gonna finish it, at least not right away. But I definitely want to play it because playing it on the Switch, that was Monster Hunter Rise is definitely one of the best looking games on the Switch, and that's using the RE engine. I got to see that on the 5.
Yeah, on the PlayStation for sure.
I got to see that and play that on the 5 because I liked what I played on the Switch. So yeah, playing that on the 5. But Wild Hearts definitely has my attention as well. I'm gonna pick it up in February, but my whole thing is February, belongs to Hogwarts and Destiny. That's my only thing. Destiny Lightfall Expansion comes out in February, and then Hogwarts comes out at the beginning of the month, which I'm really looking forward to that. But Wild Hearts also looks really, really fun and unique, and it's made by the Token devs. So I love we played the hell out of Token back in the day. So this looks like a huge step up from that. So I definitely want to give it a shot.
Yeah, 100%, man. But yo, welcome guys. I see you guys in the chat. So like I said, we appreciate you guys coming through and always supporting What's Up PlayStation. We about to start episode 110, man. It's going to be a good one. And if you guys have been enjoying the stream so far, hit the like button. All the new people that's here, why not subscribe? Enjoy your stay here at What's Up PlayStation. Because we got some good stuff coming, man. We got some good stuff coming, Persona. But
before we do anything, Bari, can we shout out the members?
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, this shit my fault, brother. I'm sorry, man. Yo, my fault, man. Bari, I ain't gonna do it no more. Don't kick my shins.
Oh, nah, listen.
I know Bari want to kick my shins right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I'm so sorry.
At the end of the day, it's a 2-man team. So if you initiate something, go ahead and start it. Yeah. So yeah, shout
absolutely.
Out to members. The members
so
is
guys,
growing too, man. We appreciate you guys, man, for
it's
real.
Yeah, they're growing, man. They definitely growing. We almost in the 3 digits. So listen, guys, WUPS Nation, that's our membership here on the channel. If you want to join, the link is in the description. It's never mandatory, but it's always, 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 always appreciated. So for the members of the channel, we got D2 Des, Juan Sosa Gaming, Tarana Duffy, Miles B93, CBH4 God, J942, The Unknown, Walter, Sergeant 12, Sergeant 12, Delano Gone, Extreme Gamer, Jeff B Gaming, South Star, Just Wait, Ghostface, Arc War Angel, Sinister, True Virgil, Peanut King, Alex E, Shake Capo, Zero Steel, Name Redacted, J Dab,
Name Redacted.
Name Redacted. That's his name.
Who is trying to be private in here?
Fabi Strange, TKRDS, Franco Tech, Upper Room,
The
King
upper
17
room.
Iman Rich, the Swag Lords, Steady Flow, Phillipson 22, Tevin, Stealth Guy Gaming, Tricelsius, That Guy Smitty, Damien, Edward Jordan, Alfonso Carter, Henry Heck, Kyle Ward 789, Star Guardian 88, Oolong T Gaming, Stranded Ninja Gaming, Stone, Rabbit Got the Gun, J Bari, the best list on YouTube. Games for Eternity, King Thrash Gaming, Basement Radio Arcade, Brap, Julian Johnson, DeJuan Thompson, Requiem of Demons, It's Me Baby 80, Light Gamer, DC Gaming, John Donuts, Tactical Gamer, AC, Third Crazy, Stardust Acero, John the Don, J Gamer UK, Cyber Dragon, Unikronn, Fresh 2180, Strictly Gaming, Viper Reeps Corner, J Wright, Blue Mustang 357, Shy City Gamer, King Kiso, Bird,
Upchuck Gamer,
Upchuck Gaming, The Wreck, Navigator 3221, Nariko.
This is my final form.
Gaming with Persona, but the great Gaming with Persona. Dreology.
All right, go ahead.
Dreology 619, and last but not least, Mr. Go Try Hard Guy Uchiha.
Yeah, we got some re-ups here from my man Viper Reeps Corner with the 8 months. He says, got the gaming senses all tingling. Then we got my man Steady Flow with a 7 month. Said, what's up, J Bar Persona and the PlayStation Nation? Said, let's get it. Let's go 30 million sold 2023, and the future is looking lovely for the PlayStation Nation. Let me scroll up here. I think we got a few super chats as well. Oh yeah, here we go.
You should be able to look at them all in the activity.
Yeah, I see. I just refresh it. PS Rewind with the $4.99, Mr. iPhone user over there. He said, Happy New Year to the boys. Many blessings this year for everyone. PlayStation gonna have a great year. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes. And then Cyber Dragon in 8 months, man. He said, shout out to the chat, the mod, the guest, and what's up, PlayStation. He said, what's up, Cyber Dragon?
Cyber Dragon, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Gian the Don with the 8 months, being a WUPS member, said, Happy New Year's, WUPS. Ready for this year to bring many great games, great PlayStation news, and blessings and prosperity. You know I love that, man. Appreciate that, Gian. And we got my man Upchuck Gaming plus on Block Boys in the building with the 8 months, being a WUPS member. He said, my brothers, good to have y'all back. Let's go!
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. Likewise.
I did a let's go with my Chuck voice. When Chuck say let's go, he's like, let's go. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We're happy to be back and happy to see you guys back here with What's Up PlayStation podcast. But if you guys are, you guys know the vibes. You guys know the rigmarole, how we get down. Let's start this show with the games for the week. And Persona, let me tell you something about life. Persona, are you there? Hello?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Persona, this past week has been a wonderful week for the PlayStation Nation. Let me tell you, Persona, man, the games that came out this week has been amazing. It's yo.
This list is crazy.
This might be the best. This might be the best week ever.
Damn.
Let's let the PlayStation Nation know the new PlayStation 5 and 4 games for the week of January 2nd to the 8th. And guys, let me tell you something about life. Okay, can you hear me? Let me tell you something about life. Shout out to Push Square, by the way, and Sammy Barker for always updating the PlayStation Nation as far as the games that coming out through the week. PlayStation Blog, I'm still looking at you. PlayStation, I know. Listen, don't get mad at us, PlayStation. We expect excellence, expect greatness. You guys did the drop. Let's bring that thing back in 2023, please. Can you do that for WUPS? Can you do that for What's Up PlayStation podcast? PlayStation. All right, so let's get into it. And are you ready, Persona? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Happy New Year, by the way.
That's reaction. Happy New Year.
Okay, I'm going to scroll down now because it's a lot to read. And I'll be messing up some of these titles. Okay, let's go.
Crazy, bro.
What a wonderful week we're having here. So the first game that we have. The first game.
Ayo.
What? What?
Ayo, crazy.
The first game that we have here, Persona, is Alpha D and Neo for the PlayStation 5 and 4. By the way, don't sleep on this game. This is one of those Chemco games. They create a lot of these old school RPG games. And they're pretty good, to be honest with you. They got a pretty good story. The battle system are very nostalgic and reminiscent of old school games. This one I like because it doesn't look grid based, but it has that up close and personal kind of grid based look in the battle system. So I definitely been looking at the game. I didn't buy it yet, but it is on sale. Like if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get like a 20% or 30% sale. So you get the game for like $12 or something like that. And I've been collecting or like stacking up on a lot of these Chemco games. There's one that I started called like Silver Noir. I'm like halfway done through it, but Chain Echoes and Crisis Core came out, but they're actually pretty good, to be honest with you. Trust me, they're pretty good. If you guys have played them before, the vibes already of what you're getting here with these Chemco games. So yeah, Alpha D and Neo Persona, man, for PlayStation 5 and 4, and that's it.
There wasn't even no need for an article this week, boy. That's crazy.
But that's the dedication. That's what I like to see, man. The dedication,
shout out
man.
to Sammy Barker.
Yeah, man. We appreciate being consistent when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But what a busy week, man. What a busy
Very
week.
Busy.
You know what I mean? You can't.
How can gamers keep up?
Yeah. It's crazy. Your backlog.
Hey, real talk. Speaking of backlogs, I'm gonna save it when you move it. Go ahead.
Shout out to Kyle Wood with the 6 months, man. Being a WUPS member. He said, "What's good, Bari, Persona, and the PlayStation Nation?"
Hey, what's good, Kyle? Man, appreciate you coming through, rocking out with us. Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we definitely very busy week over here for the games that's coming out for PlayStation. But a lot of people's on vacation. I think some people are now coming back. Back to work when it comes to development studios or just whatever.
Yep.
So I'm not shocked as far as like the games that came out this week was just one.
I'm not surprised either. Like really and truly.
I'm not shocked at all, man. But your Persona, let's get into the spotlight game or games for the week. Letting the PlayStation know what games you should be interested in or what games you're interested. If you want to explain the spotlight games as well, go ahead, my brother.
Yes, sir. So for those who are new here, man, the spotlight is a portion of the show where me and Bari give you a game or games if we decide to break the rules that we think y'all should check out, right? It could be a brand new game. It could be an old game. It could be a game from your childhood. It could be a game that hasn't even released yet. The purpose of the spotlight is just to spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out.
Absolutely.
And for me, man, I am absolutely breaking the rules. You understand? Because it's the new year, right? We've been gone for 2 weeks, and we got to talk about some games.
That man
Bari?
is a rule breaker.
Yes, sir. We got to talk about some games.
Yo, you know how the parents used to be back in the days. Like, don't you bring that bad juju into the new year? You know what I mean? New year, new you. Okay, so you're gonna be a rebel in 2023 as well.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Always and forever. Rebels are forever. I'm sorry, I listen to it.
Rebels.
Yes, I'm a rebel, sir. All right, so my first spotlight, Bari, I'm gonna spotlight is actually Crisis Core. Crisis Core Final Fantasy. Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Reunion. I'm gonna tell you this too, Bari, because me and Bari have always had like this back and forth for a long time of like what's the best Final Fantasy to us. Obviously, 7 is for Bari. 12 for me, and I always used to say the reason why I say 12 is because I think 12 really brought the franchise into like a really different light when it came to the battle system. It felt more MMO-ish. I really like that and stuff like that with the gambits and all that. Like that stuff, I was like, especially back on PS2, I was amazed by that. So I always put 12 as like my favorite. But and I'm gonna admit this here, right? I know Bari ain't never gonna let me lay this down. But 7 in its entirety truly is the greatest Final Fantasy of all time. It really is. Like,
yes.
Especially re-experiencing all of this now, it just re-cements like, yo, like 7 really is like the greatest. And Crisis Core, oh man, I love Crisis Core back when I was a kid, but playing Crisis Core again now and having it in this new light, and with the new combat system or refined, I should say, and just experiencing Zack's story and everything, I'm just like, yo, man, like 7 really is like.
Yo,
Crisis
Persona,
Core
my bad,
really
Persona.
is incredible, bro.
Yo, they can't hear you clearly, so you got to repeat everything that you just said again.
All right, bro. Cut that bullshit out. cut that bullshit out. You only gonna get this out of me one time, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Any other time, I'm gonna deny it.
Oh, the stream buffered. They couldn't hear you, man. Now it's back. Go ahead and repeat it again.
But listen, Final Fantasy, Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 Reunion. Listen, guys, if you have not played this game, you are doing a huge disservice to yourself, especially if you're someone that calls yourself a Final Fantasy fan. This is a game you must.
Sorry.
I would even say you do yourself a disservice if you're playing the 7 remake, because there's a reason this game is releasing before Rebirth, because a lot of stuff from this game gets explained here so that when you go into Rebirth, you're not going to be like, well, what is this? What's that? Especially if you're new to Final Fantasy or new to Final Fantasy 7, I would absolutely tell you play Crisis Core before you play Rebirth, because Rebirth, you're going to be going to Nibelheim, you're going to be seeing the flashbacks, you're going to be doing this and doing that and all this stuff, and you are going to, and I even think, and we can probably talk about this offline, but I have a theory like with like how everything's going to play out, where we're actually going to be playing as Zack, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, especially at the end of Integrating Intermission. They're like, yeah, you definitely going to be playing as Zack in Rebirth at some point. It may be flashbacks or whatever, but there's definitely going to be even an expansion of the Crisis Core storyline in Rebirth.
Yeah, they're pretty much just streamlining the whole Final Fantasy 7 like lore in the games. So you have stuff like Crisis Core Reunion. You have the remake. You're going to have Ever Crisis. I'm just reiterating and re-explaining a lot of things, so everybody can be caught up and get together with when it comes to the remake and Rebirth and whatever they call the third one.
Yeah. So doing all those story missions, the combat and all that stuff, it's just so fun, man. I really think it's a game that people are going to enjoy. So definitely check that out. Second game, Forspoken.
Yo, what was your first game again?
First game was Crisis Core Final Fantasy.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Listen, Bari fucking around. I already know. The second game, Forspoken. Listen, guys.
Yes,
first off, we got to give Bari, ladies and gentlemen, can we give Bari his flowers, please? My man was featured on the official Forspoken Twitter, where they shared one of his screenshots from the demo with his tag and all that. I'm like, yo, pull that up, bro. We gotta give Bari his flowers, man. Shout out to Bari, bro. Man's is getting noticed by the devs, bro. They like, oh yeah, we noticed that greatness that the WUPS boys is out here doing. We gotta share that. So shout out to Bari. But Forspoken is this game is. I've been anticipating this game since the first time I saw it. This really is dope, man. Look at that. Look at that on the screen, man. Shout out to Bari, man.
I got the best pick too. I got the best pick.
Absolutely. Forspoken is such a beautiful game. The combat, I love the combat. Like I know people like are saying like, oh well, I don't really like the magic, like having to do all this magic and not really have any melee or whatever. And I'm like, there is melee. And that's why I love the fire so much, because you get the fire sword, and that's your kind of melee. And I'm pretty sure when you get the water, there's gonna be probably an ice staff or ice sword or something. Like the game, it's a demo. You get what I mean? It's not really something that's meant to be something that's going to just give you every single thing. It's supposed to give you a little taste. But playing that full game at the end of this month, I cannot wait to get my hands on this and really put time into this. This is a game that, I'm platinum in this. I'm putting a lot of time. It's my birthday weekend too. It's my birthday week. So, it's going to be a really great time. So yeah, man, Forspoken is my second one. Third one, Bari, it's gonna be this might be a little controversial. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game, Bari. The third thing that I'm gonna spotlight for this week is the DualSense Edge controller.
That man is a rebel. He is a rule breaker.
Bari, it's 2023. We gotta do things differently. DualSense Edge controller. I've been using pro controllers or whatever you want to call it for years and years and years. So I'm like very well versed in that area, and I can't wait to get my hands on this DualSense Edge. I'm definitely going to be, showing it off to y'all. Bar, we got to play some COD on it, play some whatever. I know.
we might do some retro streams with that, like Black Ops 4 or Cold War.
Hey, I'm with it. Absolutely. But I'm definitely going to be playing. Like, I think when it comes to testing these types of controllers, in my opinion, I think Call of Duty, for me personally, is like one of the best games to test how good a pro controller is.
I feel like the game that you just highlighted here or spotlighted, Forspoken, going to be a great
Forspoken as well. Yep, Forspoken as well, because Forspoken has so many sub menus and certain things where you want to kind of link things much better. The pro controller will help with that because it'll have the back buttons where you can kind of just click that and kind of go into the menu quick, and like you don't really have to move your main like your thumbs and all that stuff from the top of the controller. So that as well. But I think COD, in my opinion, is like one of the best games to test, at least for me, how I play, because I do a lot of jump shotting and
well, you're a cheater,
strafing and fuck out of here. I'm just one of the best. And all this other stuff. So I can't wait to test that. So DualSense Edge, those are the top three for me.
That's what's up, man. I'm with you on every single thing that you just spotlighted, man. Just to reiterate, Crisis Core, go get that game, man. Amazing game. I think they did a wonderful job with the Reunion remake remaster. I love the voice acting as well. I thought the voice actor for Zack did a great job as well. Everybody likes the original Zack voice actor, but I'm pretty sure if the original voice actor for Zack was the same person here in the Reunion, you would have had no issue, with the voice acting. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think everybody did a great job. They have like new little subtle dialogue in there.
The new Air voice actor as well. That's who did the voice for.
Yeah, Brittany.
It all just went so it all just fit, bro. Like it was just great. It was great, man.
Like one of my things what I love Crisis Core about. One of the things I love Crisis Core about is like seeing Sephiroth in like his original state, like how Sephiroth is a regular dude, man. The way how he talked to Zack and everybody else, he cared about Angel and Genesis, and then he would just went batshit crazy. You know what I mean? So I love seeing that dynamic between Sephiroth in Crisis Core, because it's something new from that character there. But just to spotlight some of the games here for me, this is one that came out like last year, but I had this game on Steam, but it finally came to the consoles here on PlayStation, which is called Jujutsu Squad. So it is like a beat 'em up game. Maximilian Dude and Benny is in the game as well. And it's a cool like beat 'em up game with like a lot of fighting game mechanics and stuff like that. The only downside where I think a lot of people will probably dislike about the game is that there's no multiplayer. It's only like couch co-op, 4-player couch co-op. But if you're on PlayStation, you can probably like share play if you have really good internet and all that stuff with a friend or something like that to play, couch co-op but virtually. But yeah, I like this game a lot. I think it's a dope game. As a beat 'em up game, I think a lot of people would like it. So definitely looking, Forspoken as well is another one that Persona highlighted that, I just want to highlight as well. Shout out to the Forspoken team, man, because they did actually message me and let me know, like, hey, we're gonna be sharing your picture. What do you want us to say on it and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, just say my Twitter. ain't nothing crazy, but shout out to Forspoken for sharing that, because there's a lot of beauty in that game. I just feel like a lot of people from default, the default settings doesn't really highlight how good that game can look. You gotta tinker and play around with some stuff. But overall, we're gonna talk about Forspoken a little bit later in the show as well, because they're listening to the fans, they're listening to the feedback, and that's great to see from developers. So Forspoken is definitely a one. Another game that I want to since Persona kind of break the rules with the DualSense Edge, I'm gonna break the rules here with PSVR 2, man. PSVR 2 Persona, it's like a month and a couple of weeks away, and a lot of previews is coming out, man, and there's a lot of positivity going on, especially not only with the headset and the hardware, but the games itself, like Horizon Call of the Mountain. A lot of people's getting a lot of great and good impressions when it comes to that game, how it feels, how it sounds, things like that. That one of the cool things that I saw in some of the previews is that with the new controller, what's this controller called? A Sense controller? You can
it's called the set. Yeah, I think I forgot. I'm be honest. I think it's DualSense.
You can put your hand in the water, and like you can move your fingers in the water, and like people's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. And a lot of people
that's crazy.
A lot of people was actually something that I was kind of like hesitant or skeptical about when it comes to VR is the haptic feedback on the actual headset. They said that was actually really good. One person that previewed it, there was like, say a laser gets shot at you, but you dodge the laser and it hit a wall behind you. You feel that on your head with the haptic feedback, so it gives you a little more immersion.
This VR2 about to do stuff.
I was like, level, that sound kind of sick. So you imagine like playing like a shooter and like bullets is like
bullet fly past your face, and you feel like
it's hitting the wall, and you feel like I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
That's gonna take it. That's really this PSVR2 has the potential to take things to the next level, man. Like everything I'm hearing about it is like positive and great, which really has me happy, because I think PSVR 1, well, I'll save it for when we talk about it, but
absolutely, man, absolutely, yo. So super excited for PSVR 2, but also the games that's coming. Like I said, we're going to talk about that as well. But that's a spotlight, games or spotlight for the week, and it's a lot of stuff to be excited for. But before we get into the news, we also want to have a special announcement here. At What's Up PlayStation. Do you want to do the super chats before we do it?
I can't see all of them. I can only see the one from Kratos.
Okay, so I'll do it. So first super chat we have here from True Witty with the $2, man. Appreciate it. He said I'm already playing Reunion. Love it, and 7. So appreciate it, True Witty. Thanks for that. And then we have Jay Wright, 8 months of being a member of the WUPS Nation. So welcome back, PlayStation Nation. Happy New Year. And then we have Kratos 99 with the 50 bounce out.
Big boy, super duper.
Duper. Here's an early birthday gift for Persona, birthday cakes and beers. Yo, Persona. So I'm gonna mark that down. That $50 is all you, because that is your birthday gift or early birthday gift from Kratos. So I'm gonna make sure I make a note of that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Kratos, man. Thank you, man. Really
that's really nice, man. Yeah, Persona birthday is this month, man. He gonna be old, guys. He gonna be an oldie.
Old as fuck.
And then we got my man Unikronn with the 8 months of being WUPS Nation member. He said WUPS is back. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Apart from Final Fantasy games, you can miss me with them games. Have a great day, champs. And then
chaps.
Oh, I said champs like I'm from, like he's from America. Well, it's chaps.
You can't say hello, chap. No, my chap over there. Hello. Would you like to go to the loo?
Yeah, bloody hell. Hey,
Bloody hell.
Then we got my homegirl Stone in the building with the 4 months being a
Stone.
WUPS member. We say happy 4 months to me, the WUPS crew, and 2 of my favorites. Chuckle. Yo, appreciate it, Stone. Appreciate
Shout out to Catwoman in the building.
So yeah, man, we got a nice little special announcement for you guys. Persona, you want to announce it, man? Yeah, Persona, man.
I mean, yeah, I'll announce it.
Go ahead, announce it, man. I mean, go ahead, announce that, man.
I got you. So, listen, man. Here at WUPS, we are always trying to build and we building and becoming the greatest that we can be. You feel me? And so 2023 is going to be a big year for us. And we're happy to announce that our first big guest of 2023 is going to be Freya herself, Danielle Basutti. She's going to be a guest on our show for an interview next week. So next Saturday, Danielle Basutti is going to be on the show, rocking out with us, out with the WUPS boys, man.
We're going to have Danielle Basutti here at What's Up PlayStation. We're going to give Danielle a early platinum.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate her coming through. It's going to be a very fun one. With the questions that we're going to have asked here. But if you guys want to ask any questions, let us know as well. I'm pretty sure we're
going to put out we're going to put out a post next week. Yeah. Like, if y'all want to ask Danielle anything, definitely throw it in the chat. If it's something that we're already going to ask her in our questions, we won't ask it, but still just put whatever you want to ask.
Yeah. And keep your questions manageable too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be respectful, obviously.
Absolutely. We'll definitely be vetting these questions. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
that's just the first big guest of the year, guys. Yeah. Listen, the year is still very young. It's very early. You understand? We still got a lot.
That's only 2 weeks in.
Yes, sir. And we got our first big guest, so it's gonna be a big time, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I know we're gonna have a lot of fun with her, and it's gonna be a great conversation. And I'm very excited to kind of talk to her about her performance and working with the team and working with Chris and everybody else. So it's gonna be a great time, man. So don't miss that. Next Saturday, 11 a.m. Danielle's gonna be on the show.
Yeah, Danielle Basutti will be here next Saturday. Freya from God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. We'll be interviewing her, and she's gonna be hanging out here at WUPS next week. So for those people that came in here new. Not only that's just one announcement that we're gonna be doing, but we're gonna have a nice little new segment here at What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Thanks and due to The Last of Us TV show. So during the running of The Last of Us TV show, we're going to have a new segment where we're going to talk about our impressions or review of each episode that premieres for The Last of Us TV show. You know what I mean? So I thought that Persona brought it up. We was pretty much in sync because we both had that idea. Persona mentioned in the chat was like, yo, let's talk about The Last of Us. I'm like, yeah, video game TV show. It's pretty much going to be a big show that everybody's going to be watching. I think people are going to definitely want to hear our thoughts and stuff like that about the show, as we love the video game. Certain things that I'm seeing personally, I'm kind of questioning, but we'll see how good the show is going to be.
Are we going to talk about that today? The Spores news?
Yeah, we can. I didn't add it personally. Okay. But yeah, we can add it. We can add it in there.
All right.
Yeah, that's typing it so I don't forget it, or just remind us. Or one of you guys in the chat can just remind us about it.
Yeah, I got some things to say about. I got some things to say about that.
It's a weird. I ain't even gonna. I gotta see it for myself.
Listen, I gotta see it for myself too. We can even be quick. We can just talk about this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I gotta see it for myself. Obviously, I'm not judging the show and saying how people on Twitter can be where. They're not adding this one thing. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. No, I'm very much invested in this show, especially since, The Last of Us is one of my favorite games of all time. You feel me? That's really high up there for me. So obviously and naturally, I have very high expectations for the show, right? So when you say things like, Spores not being in the show or whatever, my antennas go up, man, because that is a huge part. That's what made Joel a believer in the first place. Was when they went down into the subway and he looked at her and said, "How the hell are you breathing this stuff in?" And she's like, "I told you, I can't get infected." He believed her from that moment on and said, "Oh shit, we might actually have a chance at survival, at bringing the world back to normal." You feel me? Now listen, however they're gonna do it and change it up or whatever they're gonna do in lieu of that, obviously it remains to be seen. We need to see that in the show. But all I'm saying is that's a big part. That's a big part of it. Even,
Yeah, I mean, it also brings the tension as far as like it's a certain unsafe territories or unsafe zones that the normal human beings like Joel or whoever that's with them can't explore like that, and that's what makes Ellie so important. And I feel like losing that aspect of the spores because she's immune to this virus or whatnot, and I mean how deadly the spores can be by just inhaling it. You lose a lot of the survival, or a lot of that. You lose a lot of that survival muster to the show. But we're gonna see how they do it. They say something about some interconnection stuff. Let me try to find it real quick. Oh, here it is, right here.
It's still like a fungus or whatever, but it's just not like the actual infection is still obviously fungus, but it's not producing any spores and all this other stuff. So I'm like,
yeah. So they say spores will not exist in the Last of Us HBO show. In the game, the spores in the air, and people had to wear gas masks. And I feel like one of the reasons why they probably took it out is probably they want to show the actor's face on a constant basis. You know how sometimes like when you watch like a superhero show, like why the hell does Spider-Man take his mask off here? You know what I mean? But they doing that because
you know why I call bullshit on that? Because Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal. He is Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So you don't take it. He doesn't take his mask off.
True.
Only one time he took it off.
True.
To save Grogu.
That is a great example, but majority of like these TV shows or superhero movies or whatnot.
I get what you're saying, but it's not like you in spores majority of the show. There's just going to be certain sections where you'll just have to put a mask on.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm giving them a benefit of the doubt, but I'm with you 100%. But they're saying here it's going to be the conversation led to these tendrils, and then just thinking about how there's a passage and that happens from one infected to another, like fungus does, it can become a network that is interconnected. I don't know anything about fungus. I know the last of us inhaled the spores, your ass is gonna turn. You know what I mean? And that's part of the survival aspects where people had to put those masks on. The characters. So I think a lot of the survival aspect would diminish there, but we'll see how they execute the show with these tendrils or whatnot.
I still got high expectations, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I was going into this 100% faithful. Now I'm at like an 85. I'm like, it diminished.
I saw you tweet. You was like, "Yo, I'm super excited. I can't wait. Woo! I can't wait." Now you saw that news. Like, "Oh, I'm 80%." I was like,
85%. Absolutely,
I'm
man.
Switched up with the quickness. Way like
absolutely.
It's like watching or listening to a review on the video game. Switched up.
Nah, but next week Sunday. Sundays are back on HBO when it comes to like a big show anyway. So like I'm excited off rip. So we definitely gonna be watching that. We're gonna be here on WUPS. We definitely gonna be giving our review of the show of the episodes or whatever. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool.
Absolutely, man. But let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the news.
No New Year's gaming resolutions?
Oh, did I have that written? I did have that written there, right?
You did have that. I don't know if you want to do
it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, New Year gaming resolution for you. Do you have any like New Year gaming resolutions as far as like what you want to within gaming,
Yeah, within gaming, obviously, yeah. I really only have like one big one, and that is I want to play through all of the Final Fantasies that I haven't played. Yeah. So 1 through 6, which is coming with the Pixel remaster, coming to PlayStation finally. Thank God, so I could get platinums in that or whatever. So 1 through 6, I'm gonna play through all of those, and then obviously play through 9 as well.
Okay, like yeah, one of my big gaming resolutions for this year is all of the RPG games that I've started are probably like halfway through or didn't complete yet. I'm gonna complete those games this year, and there's
It's
some
a
of
lot
them.
of games.
There's some of them that I'm like about 60-70%
Mm-hmm.
I just want to platinum out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
platinum.
yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the RPGs that if I completed it, I didn't platinum it. I want to platinum it. If I didn't complete it, I'm gonna complete it this year. It's
Yeah.
gonna be tough,
Yeah, there's a
but it's
couple of
worth.
RPGs that I want to finish as well. It's definitely gonna be tough because there's so many obviously bigger games coming out this year
Yeah.
that definitely gonna want to put time into.
Yeah, I already
I
got a
feel like
few. I got a few in deck because DLF Chronicles. I want to complete that. I want to
yeah,
finish.
that's one I want to complete too, man. It's a crime I didn't finish. I started it, but I just never put time into it. So that's definitely on top of the list.
Dust Divers 2. I want to finish that. And on Chris Tales. I'm like close to the end of that, so I can finish that pretty
Yeah.
quickly. But those are the three I'm definitely gonna be starting with. And I definitely wanna like go back and try and attempt to platinum the Tales games. Cause I'm like at 40% on like both of them.
Syria, yeah, but Syria, that platinum is gonna be
Berseria and Zestiria as well. So we're definitely, when you have those little down moments or whatever in this year, which I know it's gonna be, it's not gonna be a lot. I would definitely fit those games in. But I already have it written down and listed. But yeah, Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is definitely gonna be played through for sure. But I'm starting with 4 first. I that's my second favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. So I gotta start and get that platinum before I go on.
I'm starting with 6. I'm gonna do 6, and then I'm just gonna do 1 through 5 regular. I got experience Kefka.
But yeah, Kefka.
I
Man.
got you. I got
that's a savage.
Yes, sir.
That man won. But yeah, Tara is a great character in general too. I think anybody.
I want to plot. It's great. Probably not this year. Well, this year, yes, but probably like in like the next couple of years. But I want to start doing it this year. I want to start platinuming more JRPGs. That's definitely something that I want to do. Is like platinum more JRPGs. Like I finished them, but getting a platinum because a lot of JRPGs require maybe 3 playthroughs or whatever.
Yeah,
sometimes
like Tales of Berseria.
Yeah, so it's like
one thing about Tales of Berseria, I'm on my second playthrough of that game. I'm like not the halfway point, but close to the halfway point on my second playthrough.
I would attempt Berseria because I love Violet as a character and I love that story and Berseria was great. Zestiria, you know how I feel about Zestiria already, bro. I was like, fuck this game, bro. I didn't like it, man. Not as much.
I like Zestiria a lot. The characters I felt were great. Yeah, when it comes to like battle system and all that stuff, yeah, Berseria is definitely better. But I like the characters a lot.
I'm holding out hope for Octopath Traveler 1 to come to PlayStation. I don't think it's coming. So what I'm doing is I'm actually buying it on Steam, and I'm actually going to get the Steam Platinum or trophies or whatever, and just play through the whole game on Steam, and then go from Octopath Traveler 1 to Octopath Traveler 2. Traveler 2, I'm definitely getting a platinum for that on PlayStation, 100%. That and what's that? Suikoden. It's a lot of JRPGs coming out this year. Like I definitely want to play through those.
Yo, I wish they did 4 as well, man. I love the fuck out of 4. It's the Suikoden. It is all good. I'll play 1 and 2. But let's get into the news, man. I know before we went on a break or whatnot for holidays, we alluded to the fact like there always like some rumors and stuff like that for PlayStation Plus games, but now we actually have the official release of the PlayStation Plus games for January. And I know a lot of you guys know because we're in the 7th day of January, but here we go. For those that didn't know, here are the PlayStation Plus monthly games for January. So we got Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, Fallout 76, and Axiom Verge 2. These are the games for PlayStation Plus, so this is like the essentials. So if you're just on the lowest tier of PlayStation Plus, these are the monthly games that you're getting. And how do you feel about these games here, Persona?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Just off the strength of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order alone, I think this is a solid month. Just because Jedi Fallen Order, I love that game so much. And you're getting the PS5 version, so you're not getting all the the 30 frames a second and the bugs and all that bullshit. Like all and the
you get
loading
both
is much
versions.
better. You get both
PS4
versions, but I would definitely advise playing this on PS5 with that upgrade because the loading is not as long. That was one of the big problems with Jedi Fallen Order is it had bugs, it had performance issues, it had really long loading and stuff like that. Yeah. But this, especially with the PS5 version, definitely recommended. Highly, I love this game. Got the platinum in this. This is Cal Kestis is a great character, and this story really is like a great story, and it has and they preparing you for that Jedi Survivor, boy. That Survivor gonna be crazy. So definitely play Fallen Order if you plan on getting Jedi Survivor because it's just the continuation of Cal Kestis' story.
The support cast is good too.
Yes. Shout out to Deborah Wilson. Yeah. She was like the master, the Jedi master to Cal Kestis.
Well, no, she's not his master, but she was like
or a master, I should say, or something like that.
I forgot was she a Jedi in there, or she was
she was a Jedi. She was a Jedi. She was a Jedi master.
She wasn't a Jedi like in the game now. I think she put
she was.
Is she?
Yeah, she put it away, but towards the end she kind of picked back up the saber and all that stuff. Yeah. 76, I'm good. Axiom Verge 2, I think that's a pretty cool indie.
First Axiom Verge is good,
so I think this is a pretty solid list.
Yeah. What's your rating, like score? If you want to give it?
I give it a 8 out of 10.
I think the game's being offered here, especially at the state now where 76 is. I'm not interested in 76 at all, but I know people that play it, and all the updates that they have, they said it's a much better game now. Axiom Verge, I enjoyed the first one. I didn't play the second one, but I definitely enjoyed the first one. And yeah, Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, I love the hell out of this game as well. So yeah, I give this like an 8 as well. You got a nice, great indie game here. You got a live service game here, and a amazing single player game to get you geared up and ready for the sequel. Pretty smart. PlayStation been very smart when it comes to their offerings on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Gearing you up for like the upcoming game and stuff like that. They've been pretty on point because Survivor comes out in March. So
yeah.
Pretty smart to give people like a month and a half or like to get ready. Second win.
Yep.
So yeah, pretty good month from PlayStation Plus there. Our vibes when it comes to PlayStation Plus as an entirety. I personally feel like it's the best service in gaming, the best value, even though I have my critiques when it comes to premium and the offerings of classic games. The overall package of what you're getting for what you're paying and the value that you're getting, there's no other service that compares to it, my personal opinion. But Persona, man, let's get into the good news, man. Let's start it off with a banger here at What's Up PlayStation podcast. Let's talk about everybody's favorite topic that they love to talk about but claim that they hate. Sales.
Sales.
Yeah,
you gotta talk about those sales.
Sales.
You gotta talk about those sales. Sales. You gotta talk about those sales. Sales. You gotta talk about those sales.
And speaking of sales, man, PlayStation out here selling a lot when it comes to PlayStation 5. Sony themselves had their CES press conference. What it was on Tuesday or Wednesday? No, it was on Thursday.
It was Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday? Yeah, so they had their press conference for CES where, they talk about all the technologies that they're doing within Sony, the company. But obviously, PlayStation is such a big and monumental part of Sony. They have a PlayStation segment there. And one of the things that they spoke about with PlayStation is that the fact that PlayStation 5, they gave an update on the PlayStation 5's current sales worldwide. So also confirmed today, December was the biggest month ever for PlayStation 5 consoles, bringing the total to more than 30 million units sold worldwide. Thanks for playing, everyone. 2023 is going to be a great year. Persona. So what's your thoughts on that? Let's talk before we talk about the biggest month ever. let's talk about the 30 million sold, man, because you said a very key and vital point, point. I think on my show or your show as well. No, on my show, I think you made a super chat. Did you make a super chat? Yeah, I'm getting old, guys.
Yeah, it was a super chat. It was a super
chat. Where you brought up a really good point. I was like, yo, that's a really good ass point right there that you brought up. So let's talk about the 30 million sales, 30 million units sold worldwide.
Yeah, so first off, congratulations to PlayStation. This is definitely a great feat, right? But the thing I was saying that makes this even more impressive is that they were able to reach this during a chip shortage, right? They were experiencing a major chip shortage issue with during the first, especially during the first year. The second year was still a big problem as well, but towards the end of this year, last year, end of last year, they were able to really rectify that and get supply and thing like that back in a very respectable state. So them reaching that 30 million is big, right? And especially now, because one of the other things that Jim Ryan said at CES as well is that worldwide you will have a much easier time getting a PlayStation, which that's big as well, because if PlayStation is able to reach 30 million with supply constraints during its first 2 years of its life cycle, what is those sales going to look like now with supply easing up, being able to walk into a store and actually see a PlayStation 5 on a shelf, being able to go to, what your favorite online retailer and pick up a PS5 without fighting to get one? What does that mean, especially when you have some of the biggest games that have already released in its first 2 years of its life, but also look into the future with some of the biggest games releasing, especially Spider-Man 2 releasing later this year? If you got ample supply and you're pushing and you're putting out one of the biggest games that of this year, it's Spider-Man, those sales are going to be crazy. I can easily see PlayStation reaching 45 million plus sales by the end of this year. Yeah, absolutely.
It also shows that, the things that Jim Ryan was saying about PlayStation 5 as far as demand and things like that, he's not lying about that stuff. Like, from your point, as far as like them selling 30 million, and they have supply constraints, chip shortages and things like that. The demand has been crazy for this console. Now, when you actually are meeting the demand with your supply, the sky's the limit as far as what you can actually, sell now. And like you said, we're starting to see PlayStation on shelves, where people can walk into the store and get them. That's always going to be a great thing for them, because now you have all these games being offered. You have PlayStation VR2 being offered as well as an add-on. That can entice people like, oh, I want to get a PlayStation 5 because I can get multiple and different experiences here if I buy this console. You know what I mean? So
it also gives, I also think the other side of this as well is it gives both, I think, PlayStation developers, but also I think third-party publishers more confidence to move to strictly developing for next gen only.
That's a great statement too, because 30 million sold. You're in it. You're in it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that can encourage a lot of people like, hey, you know what? Let me just get this on play. I'm gonna develop this for PlayStation if that's the case, or if they already was developing the game, they can be like, you know what? Well, let's subtract that PS4 version. Let's go on
PS5. Yep.
But also let's talk about this though, because that's not the only statement here. As you can see, it says confirmed today, December was the biggest month ever for PlayStation 5. So let's speculate a little bit here, Persona. MPDs is coming very soon. I think this week as well is coming. Do you think PlayStation won? Is it a lock-in that they won December MPDs?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yo, the biggest month ever?
The biggest month ever. I definitely think they won. Just off the strength of, they had two of the biggest game bundles available during the holiday: the Call of Duty bundle and the God of War bundle. And if you were scrolling through Twitter during the holidays, you were seeing a lot of people getting that were unwrapping those PlayStation 5s.
Uncharted ones, not Uncharted, Horizon ones too. I've seen some
Horizons, a couple of those, yeah. So but I was seeing a lot of Call of Duty and God of War bundles.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's PlayStation. PlayStation definitely cleaned up during the month of December, and I would even argue that God of War, because in the UK it jumped up So I think God of War is definitely going to be a lot higher on the December MPD as well.
Yeah, December MPD.
I think God of War's got some legs. Pause. Got some legs on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ain't no pause. That's absolutely, because this is being their biggest month ever. That's telling. I forgot what was the last month where they said it was the biggest month. I think it was like I can't remember.
Oh, you better remember, the boys after you. Better remember.
Yeah, that's the fire truck down there. But damn, y'all hear that loud and clear, right?
I hear that loud and clear, brother. That thing is loud and clear.
They hanging out too, man. Move, man. Drive. Keep driving.
Go away. Trying to do a show.
Yeah, man. I definitely think they locked it in for December MPDs. And yeah, not only with that, yeah, but you mentioned with the games as well. Because yeah, that's part of the sale. Selling the bundles, part of the sale. And now you're starting to see other companies starting to do what PlayStation's doing, where they're bundling these games with the consoles. So yeah, you know what I mean.
At least with PlayStation and bundling current games.
You're definitely gonna follow the leader. Damn, yeah, he's savage for that one. Well, nah, man. Not only that, when it comes to the 30 million sold, the biggest month in ever, with December 2022. But we got some VR news as well over here. So let's talk about some VR too, because that was a big part of the presentation. Where here's some highlights that PlayStation had. 30 plus games on track for launch window for PlayStation VR 2, with them announcing that Gran Turismo 7 was going to come with a free update for anyone that owns the game already. For PlayStation VR 2, upgrade is going to be free, and it's going to be launching with VR 2. That's a big announcement there. I think a lot of people kind of predicted that as well, because it's just fitting that you have Gran Turismo, you also have it VR, because you had Drive Club, you had sports in VR. So, but I think this is going to be like a full experience of Gran Turismo 7 in VR. And also they announced Beat Saber in development. So Jim Ryan, he had everybody pause and say, I got one more announcement for you guys. Beat Saber is coming to PlayStation VR 2. And a lot of people was questioning that. It was like, hey, why you talking about Beat Saber? Beat Saber is a pretty big game.
Beat Saber is one of the most popular VR games, though. That's
on,
a very, very
all
popular
VR platforms.
Yeah, on all VR. Yeah, no, Beat Saber is an extremely, extremely popular game. So don't sleep on that.
Like when my nephews come over here, like he has a Oculus, Quest 2. When he come over here, that's what he's playing. He already got Beat Saber on my computer. He will hook it up to my computer, and then he beating around with Beat Saber. God damn, man, what the hell's going on?
On a Saturday afternoon too, bro. It's like, come on, man.
Yo, they don't do it no other time, bro. But they know when people is live, yo. They know when people is live, man. So yeah, what's your thoughts on VR 2 Persona? 30 plus games during the launch window, and Gran Turismo 7 free upgrade.
Yo, real talk. Everything that I'm seeing about VR 2 it's just it looks right. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not really noticing anything negative so far. Obviously, I need to get my hands on it and play it and experience it for myself. But the system itself is looking to be phenomenal. It's a very easy setup, right? Very innovative, right? With the eye tracking and the haptic feedback in the headset and everything. The 30 plus games at launch. I mean, come on, bruh. Like GT7, I'm definitely playing GT7 in VR. First game I'm playing is obviously Horizon Call to the Mountain, but GT7 is next right after that. They're doing everything right with this PSVR 2 launch. I'm excited, bro. I really, truly am excited, and I cannot wait to get my headset. I'm on that day one.
I feel like with VR, they also add certain applications or experiences where, like, say I want to go to like Paris or something. You know what I mean? I can just be in Paris in VR. Yeah, I think that would be dope as hell. Like whoever's developing stuff for VR, man, make sure you have that. You want to go on a vacation, you want to go to the Bahamas. You know what I mean? Go through the Bahamas in VR. You know what I mean? Have the waters in your fingertips and all that stuff. I think that would be dope as well. Definitely like for a casual experience when it comes to it. But yeah, there's a lot of games being offered. You got Resident Evil Village, Call of the Mountain, Moss 1 and 2. Hopefully everybody go and pick that up.
Yeah, I'm picking that up for sure.
I would love for them to pour over like Astrobot Rescue Mission as well. Over there. It's just a lot of stuff. Hopefully we get some.
Hey, real talk, I wouldn't mind them porting over Eve Valkyrie. That was a game that I really enjoyed playing on PSVR 1.
Yeah, Eve was fun.
With the flight and all that. I was like, yo, flying around and shooting and all that and having like those dog fights in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yo,
I was like, yo, this was fire.
That was my first VR game demoed. I think it's probably yours too.
Oh, it was Eve Valkyrie?
Yeah.
No, mine's was wasn't Eve Valkyrie? No, mine's was until Dawn.
No, okay. Remember we tried PSVR at PlayStation Experience. I'm counting that. You know what I mean? Like
no. At PSX it was Riggs.
Oh, Riggs was your first?
Yeah, Riggs are No, I'm lying.
Riggs.
No,
Riggs.
you played Riggs. I played what was that tank game?
Riggs. Oh yeah, you talking about Battleground, Battle Zones.
Battle Zones.
Yeah.
That was the game I demoed. The first one I played with, at PlayStation Experience.
Riggs, I played the second day. Yo, I don't know how I got that appointment, but I was refreshing that app, yo, and it came to, I was like, yo, I'm in there. I gotta go like 1 o'clock.
You won the Riggs shirt and all that.
Yo, I still got that jersey. I might hang that up, man. Hang that jersey up. You know?
Hell yeah, hang that up, man.
But yeah, VR is definitely a great experience, and hopefully a lot of people or new people get into it because they're alleviating a lot of the issues that people have when it comes to like motion sickness with the eye tracking and all that stuff. You have better resolution in your eye, the frame rate as far as like the refresh rate is going to be much better and more stable as well. Even though I never had no issues like that when VR1 when it comes to like refresh rate or like frame rate and stuff like that. I never got sick with VR, man. The only thing I ever had to ever happen to me with VR is like, when you go down a hill where you're driving or you're going up a hill, you get that little stomach, that feeling in your stomach a little bit, like you're going
knots in your stomach,
like you're going on a roller coaster. The one game I felt like that is with the game, it's called Luge. It was in the VR Worlds demo disc, and you pretty much going down. It's Luge, right? Like you go down like a little skateboard thing.
Yeah.
And you going down
like
the hill.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, this jump felt crazy. Yeah, I felt it in my stomach.
Only time I felt that was with Riggs.
Wait, Riggs,
a little bit with Riggs. I felt it with that, but I never felt like nauseous or like I couldn't play for long. It's just you get those knots sometimes, but even that went away once you got used to it and realized what you were doing. So
yeah, because I see a lot of people when I was listening to people's talking about their experience, like they got sick at certain stuff, and I was thinking about like, damn, I don't think I got sick. And some people was like they can only play in VR like 20 minutes. I was looking back at my old streams. I got almost damn well 4 hours playing Riggs, all in VR. I was like, damn, I didn't feel like that.
Dedicated.
Yeah, I love the hell out of Riggs, man. I love that game, man.
What game did I stream? I think it was Eve Valkyrie. I streamed on my channel. I gotta look. Yo, I loved Eve Valkyrie, bro. Those dog fights in VR.
It looked so good fun. Too in that cockpit, man.
Yeah, pause. I'm sorry, but that was a pause. But yeah, no, I agree.
You can tell this man from New York, guys. Only a New Yorker will pause that. But yo, we got my man DC Gaming with the 6 months being a WUPS Nation. It's a happy 2023 to the WUPS gang. Appreciate you, DC, man. Always supporting the WUPS crew, man. Shout out to my man DC Gaming.
Yes, sir.
Then we got my man Viper Reaps Corner with a 499 iPhone user. The other WUPS crew member. WUPS,
absolutely.
WUPS staff.
Yo, facts.
With the 499, he says, I'm aiming to play Final Fantasy 1 through 12. I don't have trophies for those cause I played them before trophies existed. Yeah, 12 Zodiac Age Edition or whatever it's called, the Zodiac Edition. Much better than the original edition because they added all the Japanese job listings and they made a lot of the jobs like streamlined. Yo, if you want, I created like a spreadsheet of that. If you, I was nerding out. If you want that, let me know. I'll send you that spreadsheet, bro. As far as like what jobs you should get and all that stuff. I was really dedicated when 12 came out because that's a game that I didn't complete on PS2 due to my friend in college. I was going to my English class, and I told this dude, don't turn off my PS2. And yo, my boy Brandon, he's my teammate in college. When I played Final Fantasy 12, he would always sit next to me, and he had like the guidebook as well. Like he would read the guidebook off and tell me stuff. Went to my class. This dude, his name was Jason. He didn't turn off the PlayStation, but he took the disc out to put Martin in. And I was like, yo, I was at a point where, you know, back in the day, you actually had to go to a save point. Yo, I was like 3 hours in, like leveling up because I was trying to get this other Esper. And yo, I wasn't planning on getting back in that game, bro. I was like, no, there's no way I'm doing all of that again. So I didn't complete Final Fantasy 12 of PS2 because of that dude right there. But when it came to PS4, I made it my due diligence. Like, yo, you know what? I'm going to study what's going to come out. I'm going to platinum this bullshit. I'm going to platinum this game. You know what I mean? And it definitely wasn't easy. I was with 12, yo. But yeah, I can see why a lot of people like 12 due to the battle systems and all the mechanics and stuff like that. Story-wise, though, it was story-wise. Memorable characters, but story-wise. Yeah, Persona, I said it. What do you want me to do? Huh? What do you want me to do? I said it. Huh? Don't get mad at me.
It's all good. My favorite character is Bosch.
I did like Bosch though. Bosch was cool. Then we have Stone with the $4.99. She said, with the ability to get PlayStation 5s easier now, we can start moving from making cross-gen games. Yeah, Persona definitely mentioned that as well.
No facts.
I agree 100% with that, Stone. PlayStation. Can I change my goddamn intro? You know what I mean? Can I change my goddamn intro?
Time to move on, man.
It's time to move on. People want PlayStation 5s, man. You know what I mean? But your Persona, let's move on and let's talk about this next announcement. One of the biggest announcements there at CES, where PlayStation, they've been doing a lot of good things when it comes to their video games being accessible for multiple people to play, you know, whatever, you know, I don't want to say issues or nothing like that, right? That's not a proper word, but if you have any type of disabilities, you know, PlayStation tried their best to make it much easier for you to play their games with all the accessibility options. But they also added here a new accessibility, option here with a controller called Project Leonardo for the PlayStation 5, a highly customizable accessibility controller kit. What are your thoughts when you saw this, Persona, man? Like, what was you thinking here when you saw this?
You know, at first I thought this was PlayStation's take on a fighting pad. I saw the one joystick thing, and I'm thinking, all right, is this supposed to be like a futuristic fight stick or some shit like that? But then when they explained what it was and whatnot, I was like, yo, this is dope. This is great. You know, I think this is a long time coming. And I think the writing has definitely been on the wall when it comes to PlayStation and accessibility. It's something that them and their studios take very seriously, which I would argue that PlayStation studios have put some of the best and most innovative accessibility options in gaming, period, and definitely influenced the industry with trying to be more accessible and putting their own accessibility and things like that. But I do think PlayStation devs have been leading the charge with that. And I'm happy to see that, you know, they are putting out a controller that's centered around the accessibility community and the disabled community, and you know, them being able to play games with ease, much more ease with this type of controller and whatnot, because this was definitely built with a lot of help from the accessibility community, which we're seeing here. So, you know, this is the most optimal build that they went with. So, you know, I can't, you know, shout out to the PlayStation, and I can't wait for it to come out, man, so more people can play games more comfortably.
Like PlayStation definitely have been doing a great job when it comes to the software, like their games, just having a whole bunch of accessibility options. So, you know, a lot of people can play their games, you know, as easy or accessible as can. But having like a hardware, definitely got to give Microsoft their kudos when it comes to us having hardware. When they had their first, I forgot what their controller is called, but they had a controller for Xbox. And you can use that now with your Series X and whatnot. And PlayStation, following suit with this Project Leonardo controller is just a great thing to see, because now you're just getting more people to play your games. A lot of people, had little issues here and there with PlayStation making their games easier or having all this accessibility options here. But as you can see, while they're doing that, more people are playing PlayStation games. You know what I mean? Yep. More people are platinuming PlayStation games. So it's always a good thing from a PlayStation perspective, to see all of that stuff there. But yeah, this is a great addition here.
And it's highly customizable too. Like you can pop out the certain buttons and pop new ones in and whatnot. Yeah, this is definitely a very, very impressive thing. So shout out to PlayStation for that.
Yeah, this is definitely a smart move from PlayStation. So yeah, looking forward to see more of this Project Leonardo. Obviously, I'm not going to get something like this. It's not necessarily built for me, but for those people that like a control like this or will play PlayStation games because a control like this, it's a great thing.
100%.
Yeah, when I first looked at it, I was like, what is it? You know what I mean? But now the more and more that I'm looking at it, I'm like, this looks kind of alright. It looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? I like the little LED in the background, the circular motion, obviously just to get to the buttons much faster or quicker. Well,
it's all on one thing now, so it's easier to kind of, move around and hit this button, hit that button.
Yeah, and it got the PlayStation, colors with the white and black and all that stuff. So yeah, very, very dope, very smart move from PlayStation. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people is going to appreciate something like this for PlayStation and PlayStation games. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more about this. And probably have somebody like from like Able Games, something like that, come on WUPS, like give their impressions or their thoughts on the controller. I think that would be dope.
I think that'd be great as well.
Yeah, man. So that is Project Leonardo. That was pretty much like the gist of what PlayStation announced at CES. And yeah, I think it's not a PlayStation centric show, but PlayStation definitely had a strong.
It had its own segment. I mean, because PlayStation is such a big part of Sony's business, so it would be foolish not to kind of come out and acknowledge that.
Yep, I agree 100%. So, Persona, as we move on here, let's talk about The Last of Us once again.
Yes, sir.
The Last of Us TV show is coming out. And, Naughty Dog, they're looking at, they're reflecting on The Last of Us in 2023. So they came out here with their own little blog article looking ahead to a milestone year for The Last of Us. And within this article here, we found out that the Last of Us series itself has sold over 37 million copies worldwide.
Crazy.
They said we are so proud to share that the entire Last of Us franchise has sold through more than 37 million copies globally as of December 2022, and continuing to reach new and older players every day. That is pretty good, because Last of Us as a series technically only had 2 games, but as far as the SKUs, they got 3 different versions of one?
There's the original PS3 version, the remaster, and then a remake,
and then 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 versions
Last of Us 2.
Of the game, but it's only 2, games as far as Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2. So yeah, it's 37 million sold, man. What's your thoughts about that before we talk about the other part? I know you're going to be very
first of all, I think this is well deserved. The Last of Us as a franchise is a very huge franchise. And it's definitely if you divide that up, I wasn't even thinking of the SKUs. I was just thinking of like Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2 and then Last of Us Remake. And when I divided it, it was like 12 million a piece, but I didn't really think about remaster when I was doing my math, so it might be a little bit, it's definitely less than that. But I just think looking at this where, brand new franchise came out 2013. Now it's closing in on 40 million, close to 40 million world globally, worldwide sold. That's huge, man. That's huge. So shout out to Naughty Dog. Shout out to the Last of Us series and franchise. That's big.
Another successful franchise from Naughty Dog, selling big numbers here. Like
Yes,
I said,
sir.
a lot of people like to put PlayStation games under this like microscope as far as like, oh, it didn't sell 100 million. You know what I mean? Like, no, a lot of games and franchises don't sell like this. It's only a few that sell like this. When you look at the top 100 selling games, those are anomalies. If you want to look at it, that's not the bulk of what video games are as far as sales. You know what I mean?
But this is all being done on one platform.
Yeah,
I think that's also what people need to look at with this stuff. When you look at something like a Call of Duty, right? That's being done on a multitude of platforms. But even if you were to bring in like a Mario, right, that's in like the 100 millions or whatever, that's also a huge feat being done on one platform. That's over the span of 30 years.
Yo,
You get
shout out
what
to
I'm saying?
Rec Room with Demons and Surgeon, because they have a cool little comment here. It's a lot of 30s this year for PlayStation. And then Surgeon follow up and say, yeah, indeed, 37 million for the Last of Us series, 30 million PS5s, and 30 plus games, VR2 games to launch.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of
3.
30s.
And this is the third year of PlayStation 5.
Oh, shit.
It's something deeper to that for some reason. I don't know, man. Somebody go play. I'm about to go play the lotto, boy. Put them numbers in.
Might put them 30s in your lotto numbers.
Yo,
Crazy.
sir. But yeah, shout out to Last of Us, man. Shout out to Naughty Dog.
Yeah, Last of Us, a great game, great franchise. Obviously, we're looking forward to more of The Last of Us. And Naughty Dog definitely didn't want to disappoint the fans here when it comes to Last of Us news, because there's always that question every time we hear news from Naughty Dog, news from The Last of Us. There's always that question that follows up. Persona. Do you know what that question is?
Yes, I do. Where the hell is factions?
So they said here that let me find a quote. Okay, so
It's right there, right above the picture.
Yep. We'll have some fun surprises for you along the way, but later this year, we will begin to offer you some details on our ambitious Last of Us multiplayer, with team lead by Vinit Argwal, Joe Panetti, Panetti, Pettinati, and
Pettinati, yeah,
and Anthony Newman. The project is shaping up to be a fresh new experience from our studio, but one rooted in Naughty Dog's passion for delivering incredible stories, characters, and gameplay. So they're saying here that they're sharing their first concept art, which is not their first concept art, but it's the first concept art of this year. I know what Persona's gonna say. Okay, I know what he's gonna say, but this is better than just having text, in my personal opinion. But I'm with you 100%. And this is the actual concept art. They have this big shipwreck, like cruise ship here. This looks like it's probably in like California as well. Because this looks very reminiscent of the last area that you visit in Last of Us Part 1, towards the end.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the area, but is it Saint or La Cabalas or something like that? I forget.
Yeah, but it looks dope. It looks like it's gonna be a much grander experience from the Last of Us first Factions 1. As far as like the environments here, hopefully everything here you can explore. Stuff like that is what we want information from. Like, I feel like with this console art, they should have went a little bit more detail. Like, hey, here's a console art as far as like a map or what we're trying to, here's our goal is try to reach. Everything right here you can go and interact with within this world or this picture or whatnot. That would have been a little bit more spice towards the news. But what's your thoughts, man? Them announcing that we're going to get more news for Factions coming up this year.
Hey, yo, look, man. Do you hear my you don't hear the soundboard?
Nah, I don't hear the soundboard.
Something's messed up then. All right. Listen, man. Enough of this, man. Enough. Enough is enough, man. I'm not trying to deal with this bullshit no more. Like, I'm not. Yo, 3 years. 3 years. And we've only gotten 2 concept arts. 3 years. Naughty Dog, I love you. I love you. But cut the bullshit out. You could have gave us a small little snippet of them just walking in that area or something. Or reloading a gun or something. Something. It don't need to be the whole thing. I get you want to do things on your timeline, your schedule. I understand and respect that. But stop this, man.
Or like an in-game render of what it looks like.
Yeah. Like, you're not giving me nothing. And Naughty Dog, I love you, but you're looking spooky. When we prop you up against Gorilla and Insomniac. Even Insomniac gave us a fucking CGI the first time they showed something. What's going on here? We got a CGI for Spider-Man and Wolverine. And Wolverine was 3-4 years out. You can't even give us that to hold us over?
Oh, man.
Not even that? Naughty Dog? Listen, when this shit gets shown, listen, I'm a big Factions fan. Like, this isn't me being performative or whatever for the podcast. I love Factions. I put hundreds of hours into Factions. I love Factions. So Factions 2, that's going to replace COD for me until Deviation comes out. It's Factions 2. It better hit. You better knock my socks off. When you show us the reveal, I'm going to be wearing socks. And my socks better creep off my feet when I see this goddamn gameplay. But I trust Naughty Dog. As angry as I am at, them showing us 2 concept arts in the span of 3 years, I trust that they are going to.
I trust.
I trust that they are going to,
That's right.
Did you hear that? Great for gamers?
Nah, I didn't hear the. Is it something with my settings?
No, it's me. Something's wrong with my shit. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yo, like, I'm with you 100%.
It's just I'm not saying this to be like mean to like I said. Listen, Naughty Dog's one of the greatest studios that we have within the industry. You feel me? But it's like, come on, man.
I'm with you 100% because the concept art first, teasing the first time back in Jeff Keighley's show. Okay. The second time? What the hell going on, bro?
Yo, and it's like, if this was anybody else, y'all would be laying. Yo, if EA was doing this stupid shit, y'all would be laying into them, bro.
Like,
y'all would be laying into them.
Don't get it twisted.
I
think the console art looks great.
It does. It looks incredible.
But I feel like you could have announced more here. And I know you want to save it for whatever you want to save it for. I understand that, but opening the year to talk about something that people have been waiting for since 2019.
2020.
When part 2 come out?
2020.
2020. It's like, yo, you already know the vibe.
Listen, nobody want to see this broke down ass Carnival cruise ship.
Nah, this cruise ship look kind of lit though. This is what I want to say. I want to
see more. Okay, I want to see more.
This is what I'm saying. Hopefully, I know they're going for like a larger scale and a much more ambitious, project here when it comes to Factions 2 or whatever they're calling it here, Last of Us multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want them to lose the essence of what Factions was, like those smaller scale maps or those type of modes as well. This looks like they're going for like a battle royale type of, or like type of flow.
Yeah,
here.
this looks like a sizable. Yeah, this looks like a sizable map. Like this looks like it's gonna be pretty sizable.
You imagine exploring this whole cruise ship at top of the world. Like it looked like they going for that bigger scale battle royale. Probably have duos.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That's gonna piss.
But that's pretty much what Last of Us pretty much is. You know what I mean? It's a survival where you pick up items and stuff like that to fight in the world.
It's more controlled though, man.
That's what I'm saying. Hopefully they don't lose that aspect. Like, okay, you can have the battle royale, but don't forget what we liked about the first one. You know what I mean? That's what I'm. A lot of times where people go for this bigger ambition stuff, like they forget about like what made the first one good and want to deliver this bigger ambitious and scaled world. But don't forget that is what I'm saying. But that's my only worry with it. Like I do trust Naughty Dog, but yeah, like you got to give us more. You know what I mean? Not to sound like that that Jimmy Two left feet
really,
complainer.
Truly, I'm not trying to wait till like if we got to wait till like June. Because in their posts, they were talking about Naughty Dog Day. We're gonna have a lot of great this. I'm like, I hope Neil, you're not talking about waiting until June to give us something.
No, what are they gonna do?
Because they say, 10th anniversary is Last of Us 10th anniversary in June. We got so much excited stuff to share about the future of the franchise.
I hope the multiplayer comes out in June.
Yo, no, Bari. I pray to God they better not. If they wait till June to show something, bro.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to put battery in my back. Don't put the battery in my back, man.
Nah, bro. I'm being serious.
There's a reason why I skipped this part right here, man. And I started with this part right here, man.
You can't wait till June, bro.
Oh, by the way,
wait till fucking June, man.
By the way, The Last of Us is finally going to come to PC on March 3rd for anybody that's looking forward to the PC, port. Yeah, and they're also claiming that The Last of Us Part 1 is a successful launch on PlayStation 5 last year. They didn't really give any sale announcements, but who really cares once you got this, that the series itself sold 37 million. But PC version is coming soon. So this is what happens when you add more platforms to announce for, because now you gotta announce the PC. We'll have more information on the PC features and all that stuff ahead of its launch. So we're gonna get PC news before we get multiplayer games.
And now I'm getting pissed. Now I'm getting real pissed off.
Now you causing trouble in my home.
He definitely causing trouble.
But we're excited. We love Naughty Dog. I think here at What's Up PlayStation we are very critical of Naughty Dog, but we're only critical because we know they deliver greatness. I feel like every Naughty Dog fan, like real fan, they're very critical of Naughty Dog. Like when I think of like true Naughty Dog fans, I think of like Jack Move, BG, and majority of the times they're very critical as well. But they love the games, you know what I mean? So they just want that excellence, that greatness to continue, not to dive off anywhere. You know what I mean? Just continue that quality of work. So yeah, you gotta be critical with Naughty Dog, man. Not to be rude or nothing, but
listen, I love Naughty Dog, bro. Like for the longest of times. So like I'm expecting greatness and they always gonna have my faith, but move on, bro. I feel my blood boiling.
Yo, let's circle back to VR for a little bit, where we have a tech firm called Omdia predicts that PlayStation
Omdia what?
Omdia? That's it. Omdia. Yo, PlayStation VR2 units sales to hit around 1.6 million in 2023. Is a chance to reach 10 million by 2027. So this is a tech firm. This is not PlayStation themselves confirming this, but I think this happened to the first VR where you had like a lot of these people predicting the sales for VR. But what's your thoughts? Like 1.6 million? Do you think that's like really good for the first year?
So I think what people have to realize first off, I do think, listen, what I think doesn't matter in the grander scheme of things, but for me personally, with this being an enthusiast peripheral and an enthusiast item, like this isn't like, if this was like them saying like, oh yeah, PS5 or PS6 is on track to sell only 2 million in its first year, obviously that's terrible because PS6 is built to be more widely adopted because of its ease of use and price point. I think something like a PlayStation VR2, it being more of an enthusiast device and still kind of being in, I don't want to call the market niche per se, but in a still a very,
it is.
I was going to use a different word. I was going to say a much more maturing market, right? I do think that 1.6 or 2 million, or whatever that they reach in that first year, I think that's respectable in a market that's still very niche and maturing. So, and especially at its price point, right? But I don't have a problem with that, especially if PlayStation comes out at the end of the year or whenever they come out and say, oh yeah, PSVR2 sold, 1.5 million in its first year. We're very happy with that, blah, blah, blah. Who the hell am I to dispute that? If they are viewing that as a success, it doesn't matter what I say because the company views that as a success. Anything I say is only going to be an opinion and not based on any type of fact. But I think in a niche market like this and with this enthusiast device, I think that's respectable.
Yeah, so they're saying for reference here that the original PlayStation VR sold 1.9 million units during the first full year in 2017. So that's including when it launched in October in 2016 and the full year of 2017 compared to this where they're estimating 1.6. That's going to be lesser time because it launches in launches in February and it's going to up until December 2023. So I think that's fair to say that 1.6 do sound reasonable as far as what it would sell because it's very similar to the first one. I do think though that PSVR 2 has the potential to outsell PSVR 1. That's due to the ease of use as far as like how to connect it. A lot of the games that probably are like interesting on the PC side of things will get ported over here much quicker on the PlayStation 5 with that.
The games look much better than PSVR 1 as well. Like I think with PlayStation VR 2, and that's why I say like it's still a very maturing market because even when you look at the development process, I think now developers are building full-fledged experiences, more full-fledged experiences. So you'll be getting more, AAA level or AA level games that are like just full-fledged, like these are full-fledged games, like start to finish.
So it's definitely a pricey headset, but I do think that word of mouth is probably going to sell this a lot. That FOMO, people going to get hit with that. It's going to sell this console a lot. Hopefully everything is good. We'll be giving our impressions and our reviews on PlayStation VR 2 when it launches and whatnot here in the podcast. But I definitely want to experience that whole haptic feedback with the headset, especially from what I heard from the previews. I want to experience that for real. But yeah,
plus I think the other side of it too, and this is not necessarily an excuse, it's more of an observation. PlayStation 5 is really starting to hit its stride. So I also think that's playing into as well. Like supplies are just now getting back to normal. So I think, if you it's different if PS5 was coming up on like 40 or 50 million right now and then coming out with a PSVR 2. Obviously, you got more consoles in the pool and, it's more out there at the start of it. But I think the fact that there isn't is also playing into it as well because, if you're somebody that's going out and you're buying a console and buying this, that's $1,000+. You feel me? So I think a lot of people wouldn't really be trying to do that at first. They would just buy the console and then probably, get that later on. So I think that's also why, next year or the year after, you'll start to see the sales continue to grow or at least be at a respectably steady pace because you got more consoles in the pool and people, believe in a product and want to experience other things or whatever. Especially if there's better and more consistent PSVR 2 content coming out. That's going to play into it as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like they can maintain a consistency. The stuff that first party is creating, hopefully those hit. I think PlayStation VR 2 is going to be wildly successful. Just off of the setup alone, I think it's going to be very, very successful. Because like just the other day, I was like, let me see what VR is going to hit for. And I was like, I'm not going to set that up.
Real talk. I don't even think I lost. I have a big wire box that has like a bunch of different like computer wires and all that stuff. Some of the wires is like tangled up in that, and I'm just like,
Yeah, you're not trying to pull that out.
I'm not doing that.
So that one chord, and the previews did mention too, was like, yeah, the one chord didn't like mess up their immersion or anything, or they didn't get it in the way at all. I mean, it's just like one little chord. You feel it, so that was good to hear as well.
Yeah.
But Persona, let's change the topic here. As we change the video playing in the background to add to the ambiance, to add to the essence of what we're going to be talking about here. And that's what Final Fantasy Persona. This is going to be a great and huge year for Final Fantasy in general. But
you smart. You're a smart guy, because I'm looking at the stream as we're talking, and I see Final Fantasy played in the background. Like, oh yeah, Bari played this.
yeah. We had to switch it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But one of my favorite people in gaming overall, yes, I'm a fanboy. Who cares, right? Yoshinori Kitase, they came out and said their little statements here for New Year's. Whole bunch of Square Enix developers and producers said a whole bunch of stuff, but I want to focus this on 16 and on Rebirth.
Oh my god. Incredible.
Happy New Year to you all. By the way, this is like a English translation from the Japanese website. So if some stuff is like messed up, that's Google that's trying to, fix it. Said Final Fantasy VI. This is from Yoshinori Kitase, by the way, guys. The one of the lead producers for Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth, the original, producers for like the, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. If you don't know Kitase and you like Final Fantasy, I don't know what the hell to tell you. This is like this is a legend to me, man. This guy, I put Kitase like Shuhei Yoshida, in my opinion, yo. Persona 2023, if we can get Shuhei Yoshida in here, if we can get Yoshinori Kitase in here, I might lose it, bro.
That's gonna be huge, especially Shu. Shu is definitely somebody we definitely need to try to get this year.
Honestly, we'll lose it. But here we go. Final Fantasy 16 is set to release this year, which means Yoshi P needs your support now more than ever. Cheer him on as he gives it his all down the stretch here. So Final Fantasy 16 is coming not soon, but it's coming this year. And they're going to be delivering more news. Yoshi P also said something for New Year's as well. We'll get to that. Also, development is picking up speed on the title I'm producing, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm sure many of your collective imaginations are running wild trying to picture how we'll recreate some of the game's most iconic scenes. I'm excited. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, yo.
I'm excited.
Hey, yo.
Don't clip that, guys. Do not clip that.
Oh no, clip that. Somebody clip that shit right now.
If you clip that, I'm kicking your shins. I'm kicking your shins.
Hey, yo, somebody clip that right now. Right this second, clip that shit.
And we'll have more to share about that when the time is right. There's also big announcements unrelated to Final Fantasy VII that I can't say anything about just yet. Rest assured, we're working hard to make sure 2023 is the most exciting year yet. What is your thoughts, Persona, when you see the legend?
Hey, yo, first off, I can't even talk. Kitase is definitely a legend, but
Kitase, however you want to pronounce it.
Yo, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out 2023, man. I think it's coming out December.
Yo,
I definitely think it's coming
don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me, man.
Yo, because the way he worded that, bro, 2023 is gonna be the most exciting year. Yeah, okay. And you working on Rebirth and listen. I think it's coming out this year. I think it's coming out December. 100%. 100%. I think it's coming out December.
Listen, bro. Don't do that to me.
Yo, man. I'm excited for Rebirth, man. Rebirth is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So much is going to be happening.
Yo,
It's gonna be a much bigger game.
Kitase smart too because he's saying, I'm sure your collective imagination is running wild to picture how we're gonna, play out some of the most iconic scenes. Like, yeah, everybody's thinking that. Everybody's like, how the hell are they gonna do this? Because you did a lot of differences and a lot of changes with remake. What are you gonna do here with Rebirth? And yeah, everybody. So yeah, saying
and
that
it's
little
gonna be PS5 only, and it's gonna be more open world.
And they already hit us with a trailer showing some gameplay aspects. Well, not gameplay, but in-game stuff.
That was gameplay, bro.
The walking scenes.
That was gameplay. Yeah, that was gameplay. It's like, yo, if you showing how did Final Fantasy shows more than Faction? Listen, I'm sorry, it just hit me, bro. Like, damn, we actually see gameplay of Rebirth for Factions 3. Like, come on, bro. Nah, but I think the fact that they were showing us that early, and that was last summer, Bari.
Mm-hmm.
That was last summer, 6+ months ago. It's coming out 2023, man. December 2023. Because people say, oh, they wouldn't put 2 Final Fantasy games out in a year. Why not? But you still need... this is only the second part. There's still a third part. And then the other rumor, which I don't want to get ahead, but the Final Fantasy 9 remake rumor, that could be next year.
The thing is, it's so strategically planned out that the way how 16 is launching, the middle of the year, it gives enough time for another big game for Square Enix to come out in the holidays or late 2023. Yep. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And Square Enix, they pumping out content regardless. You know what I mean? They about to pump out,
and they've been releasing a lot of games. Yeah. Like, even look at last year. They had Star Ocean. They had Dial Field. It's another game I'm missing. And Forspoken was really supposed to come out last year as well. That was 3 big games releasing last year. Looking at it this year, you got the Pixel remasters releasing in the spring. You've got Final Fantasy 16 releasing in the summer. Why not have Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth released in the fall? In the winter. Mm-hmm. All 3 seasons are covered with a Final. Let's think about this, Bari. Remasters in the spring, 16 in the summer, 7 Rebirth in the winter. Why not? There's enough time between all 3 of those releases that they won't cannibalize each other.
And
why not?
We are getting Rebirth news this year as well. Not only are we getting this Rebirth news, but we're just getting Final Fantasy. This is going to be a celebration because this is the 35th anniversary. And you're gonna have the 10th anniversary of 14. You're gonna have the Pixel remasters come out as well. It's just in general, it's gonna be a year for Final Fantasy, the series. So there's gonna be a lot of news. Oh, you're gonna have the beta for or the closed beta for Ever Crisis.
That's this year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that's
and they're most likely going to be announcing Final Fantasy 9 remake this year as well for next year. Like, it's announced this year. It'll probably come out next year or the year after, whatever, because I feel like that's been in development for quite some time as well, because the Nvidia leak was last year or the year before or something like that. That's been being worked on for a minute.
I would love 9 to have a similar remake like 7 remake. I know a lot of people want a lot of one-to-one to it, but I would love for that because I think Zidane will highlight much more, and the entire crew will highlight much better than like a remake like 7. But also, one of my biggest gripes with 9, I love 9's story. I love the plot twists. I love the ending and everything. Like, not everything is the same, but 9 could be very, very annoying, especially when it comes to the limit breaks. Hopefully they change that crap up. What was it called again when you transform? I forgot what it is called, but enemy AI was so cheap in that game where you was trying to get, when you close to a boss and you're trying to set up your limit break so you can get, use it in the boss. It's so cheap because they only would attack that person that's close to getting their limit break. And it's like, damn, I gotta use or waste this shit. Like,
trance.
I despise that with 9, but everything else I love about 9, to be honest with you. But that's why I would want like a proper remake to 9. But I know a lot of people's gonna disagree with me with that, but
I wouldn't mind 9. I think 7 remake really spoiled me. I'm gonna be honest. Where I would definitely welcome them remaking 9 with a 7 remake style battle system. I would welcome that 100%. 100%.
Yo,
I would welcome that.
slow-mo, you putting slander in the chat. Slow-mo said that Final Fantasy 9 was the last great mainline Final Fantasy. I don't agree with that one. I thought 10 is like 4 for me. 12 was amazing. 13, I'm replaying 13. I think a lot of people hate on 13 because it was so different, but 13 is not a bad game at all. When it comes
I'm gonna get 13 on Steam and give those another try.
Yeah, when it comes to the other one, like Lightning Return, I didn't like Lightning Returns. But 13 itself, I really enjoyed 13. Some of the characters, side characters, is like, but in battle, they're strong as hell.
Yeah.
And this is why you're getting so much Final Fantasy 7, news and stuff like that, because the side characters, it's so great that story, the lore is so great for them, is that you can create and create and create and create, because people are love and adore those characters. I mean, you're not going to get that same type of feeling with like a 13 or something like that.
Let's get these super chats real quick before we move on.
Yeah,
shout out to Worldwide Studios, man. Appreciate you for the $4.99. He ain't say nothing. He said the super chat is me saying something. Got you.
Yo,
and then
so
DC Gamer
they still have that little fancy stuff on the super chats. They still doing that. That's like a norm now.
I'm not sure what I thought it was just for the holidays, but it might just be something that's.
I know a lot of y'all don't care about that stuff. Well, whatever. My bad.
DC Gamer, appreciate you for the super chat. Says, what's really struggles with the P last names?
Oh, what's the dude name that I messed up? Pettinati? My bad, yo.
Pettinati.
Yeah.
And he's talking about when I was talking about Matt Piscatella, and I was like struggling, like Piscatella.
Oh, yeah, struggling.
And then True Witty, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, am I the only one who loves Final Fantasy VIII? I want a remake.
Yeah, you're the only one. You're the only one hearing from me. You know what? I have 8. I didn't like 8 as a kid growing up playing it. I did not like 8 at all. And I didn't really give it another try, another go. I do like Squall as a character. Everybody else is just like meh to me, man. And you know what I mean? But maybe once I play like the Pixel remasters, I'll give 8 another go, just to give it another fair shake.
Through all of them again.
But I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know how everybody like 8 like that. You know what I mean? Other than like
8 with 7 combat. Like
yeah.
no, like I like, and I know this is probably gonna be very unpopular. I love turn-based as well, but if Kratos, if Square Enix is doing any of these remakes, I don't want it to be turn-based. I really want it to be action or semi,
hybrid.
like kind of like how like a hybrid, like how Final Fantasy 7 is. If they do all that with all like, because I don't know, I feel like at some point, Square is definitely gonna remake 10. They might remake 8. Like I feel like that stuff is in the cards as well, especially seeing the success of 7. But because 7 is such a highly regarded Final Fantasy, I think they're testing the waters with 9. And if 9 does well, I can absolutely see them saying, "Oh yeah, so Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remakes." I can absolutely see them announcing that at some point in the future. But I think they're testing the waters with 9.
9 is a beloved game. I think a lot of people gravitate to that remake for sure. And, you know, it's not the 7, but it's good. Some people hate 7 because it was popular. You know what I mean? But
that's people just trying to be different.
Yeah, it's more to it just being popular. It's just a great game.
Yeah. Oh, I hate this game because everyone loves it. What?
Yeah.
And then shout out to Kali Yuga, man. Appreciate you for super chat. Says, who y'all main gonna be in Suicide Squad? That's a very off-brand question. My main is either gonna be Harley Quinn or Nanoe.
Oh, I'm Captain Boomerang for sure.
Yeah, most likely Harley Quinn.
I thought he could teleport. I was like, they made Captain Boomerang cool. Okay, here I come.
Only reason why I'm kind of debating between Harley and Nanoe is because Nano he's like the tank of the group, and he's got that LMG and all that.
Persona is a DC fanboy talking about Nanoe. Yo, King Shark. He's what he's.
I mean, yeah, King Shark. Yeah, but his real name is Nanoe. But yeah, King Shark.
Everybody wanted to put that question mark. Who the hell are you talking about? I got y'all, guys. I got y'all.
My fault.
But let's move it along though, man. But yeah, big Final Fantasy news coming. I can't wait. This is going to be definitely the year for Final Fantasy. With pixel remasters, 16, whatever announcements they have as well. You know what I mean? I'm there day one for the celebration and for the games. But let's move on to something that this is more your speed, Persona. Bungie. Bungie is working on a number of unannounced projects here with Sony. So this came out here, Lightfall is coming very soon. So Farnsworth said in Twitter.
Farnsworth? Futurama? That's his name too, Farnsworth? Hey, yo, that's Futurama.
I don't know. I don't know the people at Bungie. I'm trying to find the actual statement.
That's the professor's name in Futurama, Professor Farnsworth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, that's really his name.
Trying to find the statement. He said, he continued, and with the support of Sony, we're working on a number of announced projects. So yeah, on Twitter, he went and actually announced this, saying, moving strictly from box products to live service, and continued with the support of Sony. We're working on a number of unannounced projects. What's your thoughts, man? Because I know you like Bungie. I know you like Destiny. What's the vibes you're getting from all these unannounced live service projects?
I mean, they could at least gave us some concept. Oh, no, I'm kidding. This is, obviously we need to see what's going to come of this. Obviously, right now these are just words, but two of the things that I know is definitely being worked on is the final two expansions for Destiny 2. So the second to last one, which is the one that's coming out in February, Lightfall, that's the second to last major expansion for Destiny 2. And then the final expansion for Destiny 2 is called Light End or something. I forget. It's at Light End or something like that. But that's supposed to be the final big major expansion. Yeah. Somebody's gonna correct me. It's right. Like, how you a big Destiny fan? Don't know the final expansion. I'm sorry, I forgot. But after that, it's kind of a toss up with Destiny 2. But I do think one of the major projects that Bungie is definitely going to be working on is a Destiny 3, or something like that. That's more of like a next gen only type of thing. That's going to be more next gen. And honestly, I think one of the other games is a shooter based IP from PlayStation's repertoire.
One thing to note here, you remember when they acquired Bungie, they said that it's going to be a multi-platform deal. So you're still thinking that PlayStation is going to have something specifically tied to their platform from Bungie? Or
I own these motherfuckers, man. Like, whatever's in writing, it still needs to be adhered to. But if PlayStation is funding something that they want Bungie to make, that type of deal, that type of thing still comes into play. Like, whatever you make, you want it to be on all platforms, blah, blah, blah. All right, fine. But if I'm giving you $150 million and say, hey, I want you to make SOCOM exclusively for PlayStation and probably on PC as well, they're not going to say no, because that's PlayStation's money. Two, PlayStation owns them. And three, it's PlayStation's IP. So, whatever you're making from you, sure, but this is what we want you to make for us. And, that's it,
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, pretty excited as far as like anybody looking for multiplayer stuff for PlayStation. Bungie looking like they definitely going to have it covered on all aspects there. I think majority of them, it's going to be multi-platform, but it's still something on PlayStation coming. So let's move it along here though, Persona man, where we got like a little rumor alert here. Shout out to my man Zuby Tech. I'm a big fan of Zuby updating us with the PlayStation news and all that stuff. Where he posted this picture here. This is rumor, so take this with a grain of salt, guys. Showing Discord, and PlayStation 5 connectivity. So I guess there's some type of integration coming very, very soon, where you're going to have the full capabilities of Discord on your PlayStation 5. How do you feel about something like that?
I think this is good, especially if you're like streaming on PlayStation. Like, if you're streaming to like YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, and everyone doesn't have Discord, but you can still invite people that's on PlayStation and just playing to be able to hear their voices when you're streaming or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's real good for that. But that's really like I'm not really big into Discord per se. Like I'm not really like on there 24/7 in voice chats and all that. If I'm not doing a podcast or streaming a game and trying to get people together or something like that, or on somebody else's show, I'm not really on there. So I'm excited for this for those possibilities, but in terms of anything else, I really don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like streaming wise, I think it would solve a lot of issues, especially like trying to share the voice over to the stream. Damn, my bad, drinking that lemon water.
Damn, you good, bro? It sounded like you was crying. It sounded like you was crying right on the stream. Yo, somebody clip that. Somebody clip that.
You know when you like, do you drink like a lot of lemonade or like lemon water or anything citrus?
Not necessarily citrusy like that. I drink like green teas and stuff like that.
So I can't even explain it because like when I was talking, like my mouth like dried up because I just swigged when you was talking. I just swigged like a gulp of like lemon water, and it was like the bottom of it. So when I was talking there, I was still like gulping it, and I was like, "Stream."
Hey, yo, somebody clip that, please, bro. It sounded like you was crying just now. Yeah, I don't really care about this.
If you guys drink a lot of citrus stuff, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But nah, man. I think it would be cool to have it on there. Hopefully, it's not as intrusive or annoying because I don't really be on like Discord like that, man. You know what I mean? The less notifications and pop-ups on the systems that I play on or whatever, the best for me. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm becoming a curmudgeon or because I'm getting older. It's just like I will get there when I get there, but I just don't want no whole bunch of notifications popping up on my goddamn PlayStation about Discord. But
yeah, Slow-Mo said, Discord is great for crossplay. Yeah, like if you're playing with somebody that's on PC or something like that's what I'm saying. Like I think gaming wise, being able to communicate or whatever, I think that stuff is great. And I think Discord being integrated into PlayStation is huge and it's important. Especially now because Discord I think it's the #1 communications app in terms of like communicating through like gaming and all that other stuff, like Discord or whatever. But that's really it. Like I'm not really. I'm not really on there like that. I'm not on Discord.
Yeah, because like when you stream from like the PlayStation, we got the PC set up, but we're communicating through Discord because not everybody on PlayStation. But if you was to integrate it, it'd just be better. That's one-stop shop kind of thing. Yep. But now we're gonna have to get a new audio setting to see. It's gonna be cool though. But nah, this is a rumor. Hopefully it is good and integrated properly. I know on Xbox they have the integration there, so anybody can let us know their experience on that. You know what I mean? So we can know what we're getting into when it comes to the PlayStation side of things. All right, well let's move it along though. Persona. Let's talk about my man Shuhei Yoshida. Shuhei Yoshida out here, on the indie front. I think he's the head of indies for PlayStation. And he's given his top 10 list of indies for the PlayStation 5 or 4 in 2022. And we here at WUPS, we're going to rate Shuhei's list. Okay? Is it a good list? Is it a bad list? Is it a horrible list or list? We're going to rate it. So are you ready, Persona? Did you look? All right, so here we go. First game he has here is Sifu. And I agree. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
100%.
Already off the rip. Shuhei Yoshida, you get a platinum trophy. Already.
Absolutely. 100%.
One of the best. If you guys ain't played Sifu yet, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, what's going on, but this game is just hype from start to beginning. I mean, from start to end. It's an amazing game, man. I was running through it. It was like last year I was running through it. I was like, damn, this game is still like addictive, man. You know what I mean? You definitely have to change the difficulty now because if you play Sifu like how we've been playing Sifu and you play us on the regular difficulty, you're gonna run through the game. But play it on that harder difficulty, they mixing you up. They mixing you up in the harder difficulty. But all right, so that's game number 1. Game number 2, Moss booked. Shuhei. He's playing the great. Already, you're listening to 10 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Moss
you're playing
number
that
2.
greatness.
Can't wait to actually fully play this now in VR2. It's already pre-ordered. It's already ready to go. I can't
Yes,
wait.
sir.
Listen, man, I ain't even gonna keep telling y'all, man. Y'all know the vibes. The next game he has here is Nobody Saves the World, number 3.
This is a cool game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. I didn't finish it, but I played this. I bought this and played this guy. I was definitely intrigued by it when I was looking at it. It's a cool little asymmetrical style game with, like, you know, a lot of action and whatnot.
I haven't started yet.
It's kind of Metroid-ish a bit, kinda, sorta, a little bit. It's great.
This was a game. This is one of those games where, you know, it was announced for the Xbox. It was coming to Xbox before it came to PlayStation. I was like, damn, Drinkboxes, they mess with PlayStation heavy. And you remember the whole spiel where everybody was saying like, yo, indie developers not messing with PlayStation. This was the game that probably started that whole conversation. Because Drinkbox went to Xbox before they went to PlayStation, but it's finally it came to PlayStation.
That's the other way around.
Yeah, a lot of people is really liking the game. I didn't start it yet. I do have it, but I did not get the time to start this game. Next game you have here is Salt and Sacrifice. Yo, Shu is out here, yo. Great game. This is pretty much like a 2D Souls game, man. Salt and Sacrifice. Big upgrade from the first one. Big upgrade for the first one, man. I think if you like the Souls game, you like that little boss, you know, Metroidvania type games, you're gonna like Salt and Sacrifice for sure.
Mm-hmm. I got it. I just haven't started it yet, but I do have Salt and Sacrifice. Gotta start it.
Ooh, your shoe is out here straight. Number 5,
Listen,
man.
My game. There we go. There we go. Let them know, shoot. Let them know about that greatness that is Stray.
that was you meowing? Sound like a real cat. Yo, that was pretty. I'm impressed with that meow, man. But yeah, you know the vibes. We've been talking about Stray for how long?
For a minute, yeah.
On this show,
Great
Persona
game.
loves this game to death. This was his indie game of the year.
Yes, sir. 100%.
So yeah, Stray number 5. Yo.
I didn't play Lost Epic, but I seen gameplay. It looked cool.
Yo, number 6 is Lost Epic. Yo, just the music alone, Lost Epic gonna capture you, right? But this game is super good and fun. Combat wise, very good. I'm halfway through this game. I'm halfway through it. Very good game right here, man. Lost Epic, yo. You're not gonna be getting a whole bunch of trophies right away. There's a lot of stuff you gotta come back and get to with this game, but there's a lot of bosses to fight as well. Even I was questioning. I was like, damn, I've been playing this game for like a good almost 20 hours or so. Where's the trophies at? But yeah, it's a lot of bosses that you got to go through in this game. I fought a lot of bosses in the game. I got to start going back to uploading the gameplay as well. Oh, yo, shoot out here, boy. Yo, Cult of Lamb number 7.
Cult of Lamb, so deserved, bro. That's such a great game, man.
Yo,
I love Cult of Lamb, bro.
Classic Cage. What's up, Cassie? Man, appreciate you coming through. That's the homie right there. Shout out to Cassie.
Yeah, I'm looking at Lost Epic. I think I need to buy. I'm gonna buy this because I'm getting vanilla way of vibes.
When you boot up Lost Epic, just stay in the title screen and let that music rock for a minute. Oh no, just highlight the game from the game hub and let that music rock for a little bit before you get into it.
I got you.
Trust me, you're gonna get hype.
I'm getting older spare vibes, especially with the dude I'm watching play. I'm definitely getting big older spare vibes. I might even play this shit today. Actually, I'm gonna pick it up today.
It's hype, man. So number 8 we have here is Inscription. Yo, shout out to Chico. Chico was definitely
It's a script. It's a skip.
No, a lot of people saying this game is pretty good. For this is my game of the year 2021, but it finally came to like PlayStation. But yeah, Inscription. I hear a lot of good things for it. I bought this to test out like PlayStation Star stuff, but I didn't.
Oh, I remember that day.
Yeah, I didn't boot it up yet. Number 9.
Did you pick up?
Oh, go ahead. What?
Oh, go ahead. You gonna say it?
Number 9, Tunic. Is number 9. It's another game I picked that I ain't played yet. Like I have these indie games, but I haven't started.
I'm gonna pick this up and play this, man, because it look alright. It look cool. I want to give it a
I
go.
mean, it looked like a old school Legend of Zelda type game or inspired game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came this year, like in September, something like that.
Yes, September.
But yeah, I never had the chance to play. And then number 10,
Night Witch. This game, I've been eyeing this game for a minute.
This recently
Night Witch
came out,
game,
right?
Yeah, this recently came out. This Night Witch game, I've been looking at a minute. It's like one of those bullet hell type of games.
Oh, really?
Or am I mixing up? I might be mixing up with this other game.
That's down my alley right there. The bullet hell games.
I believe I might be wrong. Let me just verify because I know this is other witch like
this
game.
guy, you're not gonna see Kenna in here. This is what 2022, his top 10.
Yeah, it's like a semi bullet hell type of game. But it's got like the platforms and all that stuff. It's kind of like Ori a little bit.
Now I'm very, very interested because I saw it.
Yeah, there's another witch game though where or like a fairy type game where it's like a bullet hell type of game. But yeah, no, this Night Witch looks dope. This looks good.
Yeah, because they're saying here this is like it's a twin stick shooter.
Yeah, it's like a twin stick. It's like a twin stick bullet. It's a lot of action happening though, man. This should look dope.
You know what? This might get picked up. This down my alley right here. So this is
I'm looking at gameplay right now.
This is Shuhei's top 10 indies for 2022. What you rate in Shuhei's list here? Like what's your score?
Oh no, this is definitely I give this a 10 out of 10. This is a very solid indie list.
Yeah.
Definitely
Shuhei is definitely on point with this list here. Yeah, I think all these games here are amazing. Some of them I already captured my eye. Obviously, we didn't get to play all of them because there's a lot of games out, but definitely a great list here to showcase, a lot of great indie games on PlayStation. You know what I mean? So shout out to Shuhei for this.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm surprised Shredder's Revenge wasn't on here.
Yeah, I mean the competition is rough. Look at this.
That competition is. I would have replaced Inscription with Shredder's Revenge personally, but that's me.
Yeah, like out of this whole list, Inscription is probably the one that I'll probably never play. This and Cult of the Lamb. I would never play these two games here.
Cult of the Lamb is amazing.
So yeah, Shredder's Revenge will be up there for me, as well for me personally. So yeah, I'd probably give Shuhei like a 9 on this list here. But it's just highlighting and showcasing that there's a lot of great indies here, on the PlayStation platform. And I think Shuhei's doing an amazing job when it comes to the indie games.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, a lot of people was questioning that stuff, man, and Shuhei, he came back strong. Like, yo, listen, games are coming. I mean, so.
Yep.
But let's move it along here, Persona, man. We're gonna circle back to Forspoken a little bit, but during the time the break that we had, they made a quick little update to the demo, and telling the fans of the game or anybody interested in the game that they're listening to the feedback. It's amazing to see many of you enjoying your time in Athia with Forspoken Demo on PlayStation 5. We're listening to all your feedback and can confirm that the full game will have increased text size, button map, and will fix the HDR issues that some players are experiencing. So they have a before and after thing here. So this is before, the default settings when it comes to the HDR, and this is after. Looks much more clearer and cleaner. It doesn't look muddier. Here, and here's another picture here. The before, when it comes to the text, I know a lot of people's complaining about the text is too small, and here's after, much bigger text. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that they're listening and really trying to provide like that really quality experience when it comes to Forspoken. I really want this game to like get supported and really do well. And be a good thing. So.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that they're listening for that stuff. And here we got some troubling news here, Persona, as owners of the PlayStation 5 that set their consoles up vertically. With success comes the FUD, right? There's been like a thing going around on Twitter saying that the PlayStation 5 could have issues if you stand your PlayStation 5 up vertically, the default position of how it was announced and introduced to everyone. You know what I mean? So this console systems here, I guess they're like some type of like Australian or European. I forgot what it was.
Test.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you go ahead, my fault.
Oh my god.
Oh damn. Sorry about that. I thought my I fucked up. My fucking Go XLR is all messed up right now. Go ahead. Just continue. Go ahead.
It's funny to me that, you know, we are day one owners of the PlayStation 5, and I've never put my PlayStation 5 on the side horizontally. It's always been vertical. That now after we got news of PlayStation 5 selling 30 million, you know, all this news coming, we get this bullshit that's coming to on Twitter. It's always after success you see some type of crazy news that comes. What's your overall thoughts on this whole liquid metal issue if you stand your PlayStation 5 up vertically? And let us know in the chat, do you stand your PlayStation 5 up vertically or do you have it laying down horizontally? Let us know in the chat as well, man. So what's your thoughts on this Persona? Uh-oh.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you, man.
Happy New Year, Mr. J. Bari. Can you at least say it back?
Happy New
I
Year.
haven't talked to you in quite a long time, sir.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Gaming Politician. You don't answer none of my questions for a whole goddamn year. So when you tell me Happy New Year, I'm gonna say that's a bad faith statement.
Oh boy. Listen. I seen the news. I am not impressed. This is what I keep trying to tell you guys. PlayStation is not trying to build you a quality product, but you won't listen. Microsoft has built you a quality product where you'll be able to set it up and the liquid metal won't melt out. Why would PlayStation release a console like this to the consumers for $500? Your games are not going into a service. And now this. So now you have a $500 console that's got liquid metal issues. Bari, what's going on here? Mr. J. Bari, what is going on here?
That is a bad faith argument from you, Mr. Gaming Politician, because do you own a PlayStation 5?
It's a bad faith question. It's a bad faith question. It's a bad faith question.
When you go to these stores, like Best Buys, the GameStops, the Targets, the Walmarts, how do you see the PlayStation 5 being positioned? You know, how is it positioned?
That's a bad faith question. It's a bad faith question. It's a bad faith question. You understand? This is what you need to understand. PlayStation needs to build a quality product that is at least going to not have these type of issues. I shouldn't be forced to lay my PlayStation down in order for it to work, Mr. J. Bari. Right? I spent my hard-earned money. Why doesn't PlayStation respect your dollars? This is why the voice of the people is important.
How are you the voice of the people and you got the information wrong? You got the information wrong.
That's a bad faith question.
I didn't ask you a question.
That's a bad faith question. See, but it's 2023. We need to come to the realization that, hold on, Persona. We need to come to the realization that Game Pass is the future. Game Pass.
I didn't even ask this man a question. You know what I mean? Exactly, Convo, man. It's coincidental that after 30 million sold, now we have a tweet saying, "Oh man, if you stand your PlayStation up the way to how they actually want it to be positioned by default, it's going to be an issue."
Well, here's my thing. You know why I'm always skeptical of stuff like this? Is because, remember during the PS4 generation when someone burned, they took a lighter and burned one of the side vents
Pro?
to make it look like the Pro was having heating issues. Remember that? I'm always skeptical of shit like this. Now, I'm not saying that every company is perfect where they won't, like I'll say this, it's not impossible that something can release and a product can release and it not have mass issues. Mm-hmm. But don't you think for a PlayStation 5, we would have heard about this the first year?
Remember they were speculating about PlayStation did the wrong thing by having liquid metal. You remember that they were everything PlayStation does they always question and like this is the wrong way.
With all due respect, I'm not listening to a fucking YouTuber over the motherfuckers that went to MIT and all these other places to build it to be smart enough to engineer and build these consoles. Respectfully. You think I'm gonna listen to you over Mark Cerny? The fuck out of here, man. It's just not happening. Right? Now, if it turns out that this is a larger issue, then obviously, it's an L, right? Like PlayStation would have to fix that. But my PlayStation has been standing vertically since day one. I've been playing sometimes my console is on for like 10, 12 hours.
My console on right now.
My shit on right now at the rest mode on at the home screen. What are we doing here? What are we talking about here? You feel me? And it's these weird claims where maybe it's an anecdotal thing, like one or two people, if that. But people lie so much about this stuff across the board. Like it's not just a place; it's just across the board. People lie so much about this stuff. I don't believe shit these people say. Because why is it only happening to you? Just because, and the other side of it, just because it is happening to you doesn't mean it's going to happen to the world. Now, obviously, put it out there, whatever, if you want. But I'm sorry, man. I've had my shit standing up for over 2 years, and I put serious time into this console. I'll say it like this. During my holiday break, when I was playing Crisis Core, I would play Crisis Core. One day I played Crisis Core from like 8 in the morning to like 2 in the morning. From 8 in the morning to 2 in the morning. Nonstop. Going through those side missions. Nonstop.
So you ain't hear that?
Nope.
The liquid burning?
Nope.
Yo, we got a poll in the chat, guys, on how you position your PlayStation 5. Do you put it vertically or do you put it horizontally? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, as someone that, both of us, to be honest with you, that bought a PlayStation 5 day one and had it vertically positioned since day one, there's always some issues that people claiming that PlayStation. You remember when they had to don't put it in rest mode? And I had to do a video like, my PlayStation been in rest mode, no issues. You know what I mean? Like, people been saying the weirdest things for PlayStation when it's always a success story after a success story. They will come with some crazy type of
because this happened. They brought this up right after, right?
Yeah,
that Friday. Yeah, hey, man, listen, man, this is all bullshit. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm not listening to someone who isn't actually in the room building the console.
Yeah, if it was a widespread issue, we'd have heard from this from the first year, like you said.
The first year this shit came out, we would have seen this issue. Because the console, playing a lot of those games, the console is getting hot.
Very hot.
Mine ain't melting.
Put your hand in the back of that PlayStation when you play like a game like God of War or something. That thing hot back there.
It's hot. As long as your console is well ventilated and all that, that's what you need to be worrying about. Make sure you clean your shit.
Open area.
And it's in an area where it could breathe.
Some of y'all
you motherfuckers got y'all shit sitting on rugs and shit, talking about why my console don't work. Home dusty as fuck, talking about why my shit don't work.
Dust. You got it.
Yeah, like fuck out of here, man.
But this news for me is just BS. As somebody, like I said, that keeps their consoles vertically, that have opened their consoles, switched out plates and here and there, vacuumed, brushed, all that stuff for the PS5, swap out SSDs, not SSD, but the M2 drives. Yeah, and I ain't never seen nothing leaking out on my PlayStation.
Me neither.
Like, what are you doing while you open that PlayStation to have that? That's the question. You know what I mean? Are you doing a live video of you opening a PlayStation and seeing this issue live? You know what I mean? I don't want to see no picture. You know what I mean? Because you could have did many things out to that PlayStation to have that stuff out there.
Yeah, but this
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know it's BS.
Yo,
we already know it's BS, man. But let's see what the poll is saying here. 80 of you have voted. We'll end the poll here. 80 of you has voted, and majority of you have your consoles positioned vertical. So 72% vertical and 27% horizontal. Yeah, you know what I mean? I notice a lot of people have it horizontal just because they want to put it into their entertainment set or whatnot. But like, I know a lot of people that have like a desk where they have their consoles and all that stuff. They have it vertical as well. So, and then I'm seeing people follow the BS where it's like, I'm putting my console horizontal so just to be safe. Like, yo, come on, man. Relax, people, relax. But let's get these super chats before we move on here. Did you get Kali, right? Kali was the last one.
I got Kali already, yeah.
Oh, so we got True Witty here with the $2. He said, where is Phil Spencer's list? Laughing out loud.
Oh, man.
Yo, you guys are savage. You see, you guys are to blame for those people that come in here at WUPS like, I thought they wasn't going to talk about Xbox. You guys are to blame. You guys are to blame. Then we have Viper Reef's Corner with a $4.99. He said, I have mine vertical the whole time, never horizontal. As long as you keep it clean and vacuum regularly, you should be good. Yeah, same here. Same here. You know
yeah, like I clean my I try to clean my appliances like every other week, you know, or like opening them up and doing the spray, the blower and all that stuff.
Yeah, like I haven't really, I don't really do it like every other week. I do it like, you know, once in a blue. Like, I know I changed out my plates, the all black ones. I changed it out with an all white. That's the matcha aesthetic of like the Switch and all that stuff. I cleaned it out then. Now I have to clean it out again if I'm going to switch the plate again, or you know, just clean out, for New Year's, because it's been a while.
That's more of like my OCD though. Like, just always want to make sure stuff is like not dusty or always clean.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah. I don't know, it's just weird, man. It's just weird.
So it's always something in the land of PlayStation news.
Yep. But if you guys made it this far in the show, here's your trophies. We appreciate your support, man, because we about to get into the topics of this the podcast, episode 110. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, hit the like button. For those people that are new, you know what I mean? That's probably just listening in, on the low. Subscribe if you're enjoying your stay here at What's Up PlayStation, man. We appreciate you guys, man. But let's get into the topics, man, because this is the first podcast of the month. So you already know this is going to be community driven when it comes to the topics, where every beginning of the month, we ask the community here or the WUPS Nation here, what would you like us to talk about? And so far we got 3 topics here that we're going to be talking about. Let me highlight everyone here. So big shout out to Bird, Stone, and Unikronn for participating. Stone being messy. So Bird's question persona.
Hey, I just seen stuff.
Yeah, she did that recently too.
Hey, yo. Oh shit.
She stayed that for Saturday. She said, yo, I ain't gonna ask
it
no other day than Saturday. But we got Bird first up here. He's asking here. Everybody knows about the hero and villain, but I want to know, what's your favorite NPC of 2022? Let me break the rules one time. My favorite NPCs were Varl and Zoe, 100%, from Horizon Forbidden West, and a very close second was Sidri from Ragnarok. Persona, do you want to start off for favorite NPC of 2022?
Yeah, so favorite NPCs, I'm definitely breaking the rules. First favorite NPC is Freya, obviously. Of course, love Freya. A second one would be, a good question. A second one would be you know what? Silence. I like Silence a lot.
Oh yeah, Silence had a redemption arc in what you call it, in Forbidden West.
Yeah, he had a good redemption. I like Silence. The third one would be the Far Zenith chick from Matrix. I forgot her name. Carrie Ann Moss. She was such a good NPC as well, especially when you had that sit down with her with the dinner and she was going through explanation of everything and how everything went and how they got the Far Zenith and yo, that was a great time. Like I was screenshot galore. I was screenshotting the hell out of those moments. So yeah, Carrie Ann Moss was a great one. And then I think my fourth one of 2022, I'm going to give it to Brock.
Yo,
I'm gonna give it to Brock.
That was one of mine right there. Brock, that's my guy.
Brock was really, really, really great in God of War Ragnarok, man. I love Brock.
Very funny, serious moments. Yeah, Brock is definitely up there for me. One of my favorites, to be honest with you, NPCs, was Cypher from Valkyrie Elysium, because he was very yeah, like everybody had like, you know, this just cause or whatnot, but Cypher becoming in Harrier, you know, he was like a slave trader, and he was like regretting his life and all the decisions that he made, and he was like questioning stuff. But as you play, you know, and you better your relationship with him, you know what I mean? I like the dialogue. I love I just love the way he played. Obviously, Ice Base as well. I just thought he was a very, very cool character, NPC wise. Yeah, I definitely like Ronnie as well. I didn't like her quests, but that quest line had me looking up stuff for Elden Ring. So, but
I Ronnie, she was that was a crazy quest line too, bro. Yo, there's no way you was doing that quest line blind. There's no fucking way,
bro. I definitely was looking up that joint with Ronnie, because I was like, what the hell? You
had to take the ring hair and do hair with this, and then do the ring with
that. It was the doll one. The doll one at that little fire pit. I was like, yo,
remember you had to go to Flame Manor and do all that stuff to get the ring and all this other crazy shit. It was Jesus.
Yeah, but I do enjoy Varl and Zoe as well. Obviously, you know, for what reason.
I love Zoe, bro. Yeah. Zoe was the shit, man. She definitely stepped up after what happened with Varl. I was like, yeah, Zoe was definitely on point.
Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs that we can probably list out here. Because like even with Star Oceans.
Yo, real talk. You're probably not gonna agree. But all of them, I like all of them. All the bosses from Sifu, Yang.
Oh yeah.
Like I liked all of them, like their backstory and how that was. Sifu bosses, those are some great NPCs.
Yeah, for sure. Like with Star Oceans, I like Elena. Like her dialogue is really, really funny, because she's like this android. So she's like trying to like distinguish between like human behavior.
But you can play as her though.
Yeah, you can obviously switch, but I mainly play as like Raymond though. You know what I mean? But I'll count them as NPCs or party lines, but I like her a lot. Trying to think who else. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I agree with the list. Varl, Zoe, Sidri was great as well. Sidri definitely had a breakout performance. For sure.
Yeah, he definitely. This was a very strong performance for Sidri this game. Yo, real talk. Odin and Thor as well. Odin, Thor. What's his name? Heimdall. Like those were just all great characters as well, man.
Heimdall,
so many.
Heimdall, like a.
And what's the Thor daughter? Shrug?
Yeah,
Shrugi or whatever. She was really good as well.
Yeah, I really like Odin a lot.
Yeah, I loved Odin in this game.
So yeah, let's move along. Second question that we have here from Stone. I said, are we all gonna meet up and play Gears of War card game as she runs away? Absolutely, man. We're gonna have the disc.
I'm gonna be the Locust.
We're gonna Thrud, but Trudy is like her nickname. We're gonna have the disc where we're gonna put all the cards, and we're gonna say, "Are you ready to duel?" But I you know what? We'll say that for another time. I was about to question like, what? You know, let me shut up. Let me not.
Yeah, you already know how that's gonna go. Don't do that.
Then we got my man Unikronn. I think Unikronn enjoys this segment a lot. Always with a very interesting and intriguing topic. Yeah, look, you got a lot of topics here.
Yeah, it's like five different things in one. It's all one topic, but it's just like a
lot of aspects to it.
Yeah.
So you said, well. I feel like you was laughing right there when you said that. Okay. You know, that little snicker, like, well. New Year's greetings, young ones. Let's kick it off this year with something different. Face it, I'm far from normal. Yeah, you already. He said, J Bari Persona. You know now both you work for PlayStation Studios because that was a part of his quest line with the the questions. The WUPS Nations are your bosses. Have been granted the funds by Jim look at toes around what to start your first to start a new first party studio. We can only have one studio and one head of that studio. Both of you want to have a head of the studio, therefore you must both give a pitch to us. The WUPS Nation can vote on who you go with on your first project or projects. We want you to know that you'll both do with the game budget and roughly 30 million and a team to say 150 to 200 creative individuals. What will be the name of the studio? What will be the engine you'll use? What will make one? Will you make one big AAA game or say two or smaller IPs? Let's break it down first with that first part before we get to the second part. So he's saying that we're going to be creating a studio for PlayStation, a new studio for PlayStation. We're going to have a budget of roughly 300 million. That's a lot, by the way. Shit, how much games you can create with 300 million is a lot. And we're going to have pretty much a lot in the staff. So what will be the name of that studio, Persona? What will be the engine that you'll be using? And will you be creating like a AAA game or like a smaller game or like multiple smaller IPs? We're going to answer that. We're going to break it down one by one.
Okay. So, the name of my studio is going to be called GWP Industries. And
Game with Persona.
Yeah, Game with Persona Industries. And what's the second one? Oh, engine. The engine I would be using would be the Decima engine. And what was the third one?
The third one is, will you be making like a huge AAA
triple?
Game,
triple.
or is this gonna be
yeah. So I would be making a AAA game.
So one big AAA game.
Yeah, AAA title.
Okay, I got you. Man, a game studio. The name of a game studio for me, it's a tough one. I don't know. What would I say a game studio would need? I'm trying to think of PlayStation name studio. So we got like Sony Santa Monica. I'll probably have it like some New York something. Straight from New York or something. I don't know. Or you know what? Let's just be funny with it. NYC Finest is gonna be the name of my studios.
Somebody said Lisp Interactive.
Lisp Interactive. That would be a good one. I don't know if anybody would want to work there though.
Lisp Interactive. That's
Lisp Inc. I'm going with NYC Finest.
Nah, bro, you gotta go with Lisp Interactive.
Who gonna want to work for Lisp Interactive? You know what I mean?
Oh, that shit. That Lisp Interactive.
The engine I will be using is definitely the RE engine. I will be using that. And yes, it will be a big AAA game for sure. So the second question said, will your game or games be multiplayer?
Oh, shit.
Will it have a single player content, DLC, and will it come to PC? Fuck it, Persona.
Yo, that's crazy. Okay, so the first one is will the game have multiplayer or single player content? Yeah, my game will definitely be a single player and have a multiplayer component that comes soon after.
Absolutely, I'm not doing a multiplayer game. It'll be a single player RPG for sure. DLC, absolutely. Expansions.
DLC, yes.
Will it come to PC?
And expansions.
Absolutely. I mean, we have no choice because that's what PlayStation's. If we're working for PlayStation,
oh well, yeah,
Studios,
that's true.
That's
so yeah, it will be on PC for sure. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying here, what's the price point we're looking at? Is it a reimagined IP or a brand new game? What's the sale figures are you trying to project for this IP? Yo, Unikronn want us to work in in the game industry for real.
Marketing. All right, so what price point are we looking at? So my price point is actually going to be $70. $70, but when the multiplayer component comes later on, if you bought the game, you get the multiplayer portion for free.
Oh, similar to like a Ghost of Tsushima or type of
like a Ghost of Tsushima type of thing. Is it a reimagined IP or brand new? No. So this will be a reimagining of an existing IP. So the IP I would go for is a Resistance IP reimagining. And what sales figures are you projecting for the IP will sell? I project that it will sell anywhere between 5 and 8 million.
Okay. I'm going with $70, of course. It's not going to be a reimagined IP. It's going to be a brand new IP, brand new RPG under the RE engine. Sales figures, I'm looking around 3 to 5 million. As projected sales. Anything goes. PlayStation VR2, PS5, mobile. Remember, only one of you will get the job. Oh, so we're competing. Who will get the job? We're not interested in hiring both of you for this role. May the best WUPS host win. So so you guys gonna decide, do you want to work for what's it called? Gaming with Persona Studio?
GWP, get it right. GWP Industries.
GWP Industries. Or you guys gonna work for what I say? Lisp Inc.
Lisp Interactive Studios.
Lisp Interactive Studios. Where you want to work on I think you're going for like first person single player with multiplayer game, or under the Decima engine, or do you want
so essentially my game, I'm doing a Resistance reimagining, so it's going to be a reboot of the series, and with the first games, I would be taking the first game with Resistance, Fall of Man, Nathan Hale, coming in contact with the Chimera and whatnot. And I would actually expand upon that world and open that world up. So it wouldn't necessarily be an open world game per se, but it would be a semi-open world where it would have its own biomes and sections, and you would actually be traveling to the Chimera world. So the first part of the game would actually, in terms of the story, the first part of the game would be taking place on Earth and dealing with the Chimera, invasion and whatnot, and all that crazy stuff happening. But then the second part of the game, you find Nathan Hale actually traveling to the Chimera world. And am I getting my stories mixed up? Yeah, Chimera. Am I getting my stories mixed up?
No, I mean, you're saying that it's a reimagining anyway, so
yeah, well, yeah, it's a I'm sorry, yeah, it's a reimagining. Traveling to the I'm thinking of traveling to the Chimera world and kind of dealing with it from there, because you realize that the Chimera world and our world are linked in some special type of way, and so you have to find out what that is by traveling there, defeating a bunch of enemies and a bunch of bosses and whatnot. And in terms of the multiplayer would actually be co-op, so you'll be able to co-op and play with a friend, cross progression, so the friend's progression would also carry over if you guys played the game together. And the multiplayer aspect would be true to form traditional 6v6, 8v8, 10v10, 32v32, like how Resistance 2 was. and have those all out kind of like mag style warfare on like a big, very big map. It'll be a ton of different maps and whatnot.
So you're getting best of both worlds there. Mine is just
Yeah.
going to be a single player RPG type game. I'm kind of thinking of like set in like a distant future, but it's not like a futuristic type of thing, but more like kind of, you know how Horizon, they're rebuilding and you have technology there, but not everybody is in use of it. It will kind of be similar to that, but not as like prehistoric as like Horizon is. People are a little bit more advanced. But yeah, it's definitely going to be like a single player type RPG, dealing with a lot of psychological themes, you know what I mean, with it. But it's definitely going to be fantasy, you know, type realistic type base. What I'm thinking of. I remember somebody asked this question like this on Twitter. It was like a couple of years ago, where it was like, what engine you want to use, which developer you will hire, or, you know, producer and all that stuff. But it's definitely the same concept of what I said there in that tweet will be here. But you guys let us know which one will you hire. And are you doing PS?
Put a poll up. Put a poll up real quick. Put a poll up.
I'll put a poll up 1 second. I forgot to ask.
Am I doing VR?
Is it gonna be VR?
No, I won't do a VR component. But if the popularity is large enough and people, you know, want that, we can explore that in the future.
What is it? GWP Studios?
Mobile? Hell no. No, GWP Interactive. Industries. It's GWP Industries. Yours is Lisp Interactive Studios.
That's what y'all named it.
Oh no, well put yours, whatever you want yours to be.
I'll put it up. All right, so yeah, you guys let us know which one you vote for. We'll come back to the end of it podcast. But yeah, appreciate everybody that came through and you know, great topics here, except Stone. Trying to have us getting us in trouble out here. All right, so I have a nice little secret little topic here, Persona. It's gonna be a short one. It's not gonna be anything long or anything like that, but we've been having this feature or this program here for a couple of months now. I just want to have an overall review, put it out there as far as how you feel about it with PlayStation Stars. Okay, like what do you think they're nailing it with PlayStation Stars? How can they improve? What did they get right? How do you feel about PlayStation Stars being a couple of months in to the service? And do you think they can pick up any steam or, you know, maintain any steam when it comes to this, you know, program?
So I think they need to expand PlayStation Stars to PlayStation itself and not just be on the phone. I definitely think that's something that they really need to do. The campaigns are cool, but I think they also need to do a better job of advertising the campaigns and put more of them, right? Because it's a whole month. I mean, you know, you could put at least 10 a month, right? But also they don't really treat PlayStation Star campaign updates like they do PlayStation Plus with new games every month. It's kind of just like, oh, it's there. When you check it, you'll see, oh, okay, there's new for the month. I think they should actually start treating it like PlayStation Plus and also do blogs every month at the start of the month of like, hey, you know, this is this month's campaigns for PlayStation Stars, and here's the you know the dioramas or whatever that you get if you complete them, and here's some of the new dioramas you could get in the store, reward store. I think they need to revamp that reward store like crazy because it's still the same fucking games. So when it first came out, it's like, yo, you need to also treat that like PlayStation Plus and funnel those games out every month. And also add more dioramas and enough of that Ape Escape bullshit. You know, like, you know, put some other shit in there, right? But they need to do a better job of advertising it for sure.
Yeah, like my biggest issue with PlayStation Stars, I think they have the right concept as far as what they want to do, but they're not executing it right. And yeah, the campaigns is a big issue because the campaigns, you don't really get notifications about them, like you said, like that. I feel like you should be getting notifications about that to your phone. A new campaign that started. Sometimes you got to go to the app, like, oh, there's a new campaign here, and then you got to initiate it by clicking start the campaign. Also, when it comes to what campaigns they're doing, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't promote you buying the game within that month. So last month they had like, no, they had stuff like buy. So you remember when Last of Us came out? They didn't have buying Last of Us Part 1 in that campaign to get the 50, coins. It's like they're behind as far as what game they're trying to promote for you to buy so you can get the 50 points. Like, no, be on point with what you're starting. So say on January, we're here in January, you should have like One Piece Odyssey on there. You should have like Forspoken on there. But no, they will have like Forspoken in February rather than in January. You know what I mean? To complete the campaign. It don't make no sense. Like you got to get a little bit better with the campaigns. And as far as like, initiating it, updating us much more frequently as far as like, here's a campaign that started today. It's weird how they do it. It's very inconsistent. The rewards, I agree with you 100%. They need to update the games with the rewards. There's only 4 games on here, which is It Takes Two, Sekiro, The Quarry, and Hades. There's so much more games that you can put in there and offer. What happened to your own games? Why isn't PlayStation owned games in there? Why Returnal or not even Returnal? Returnal's in PlayStation Plus. Why isn't Ratchet and Clank in there? Rift Apart. Things like that. Like, why isn't Sifu in there? Games that you have deals with. Kenna, why is that not in there as far as like somebody can earn rewards? Because it benefits you because people are buying stuff within your store, but they also, benefit the game that you are partnered up with or, you are creating. It's weird. The wallet funds need to get updated as well. You only have $5 and $20 in there. You need to have 10 in there. I don't understand why 10 is not in there.
I don't know why it's not 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. At least. Like, come on, man.
You got to update that. The collectibles, you already know the rant that I had prior to that. They need to update it with more iconic characters and PlayStation characters with the collectibles. Yes, we love Ape Escape, but goddamn, there's more than the apes. That you can add in there. I understand the T-Rex. I understand the PlayStation VR. They have like a cool cabinet with fighting games and stuff in there as well. And it's also time to get this thing on the console. It's been 3-4 months now. PlayStation Star has been out. It's time to get a preview or get an update for the next update that's coming to PlayStation. You should have integration with PlayStation Stars on the actual console here. You know what I mean? You should have integration with PlayStation Stars on the browser. This need to be integrated with all aspects of where we log in to PlayStation when it comes to this reward program. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the fact that they didn't have that kind of like set up properly right away, where it was available on PlayStation and everywhere. Like, I feel like that was a very missed opportunity. It's like, yo, you should have been had that. Like, that should have been one of the first things you had ready to go when you pump this out. So I feel like this is something that they're kind of building as we fly type of thing. And it ain't like it ain't like PlayStation Sony rewards where like if you were getting trophies that those would count as points. I feel like that's something that they also need to put into this as well. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that it needs to be so much to where like someone can kind of break the system, but I do think that if you're getting more people to sign up, participating and stuff like that, like you can have challenges to where get 5 platinums this month or get 3 platinums this month or platinum
like trophy
this
awards.
Game this month, like like stuff like that would add to the reward points and all that. I think that stuff is important because you get more people gaming, but you can also funnel certain people to certain games that you may want more traction on. Yeah. Like if you're doing a partnership with a game and you want to make sure that game does well in your console, what better way to do that than to make it a dedicated campaign in Stars where it's like, hey, beat this game and get the completion trophy to get 500 points or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like stuff like that is, people encouragement like that will push people to get shit. And then you also got people buying the fucking game. So that's a win-win. So they need to be more strategic with how they do this star shit.
Yeah, like they definitely need to update it much better. Like make it feel like it's a part of the PlayStation ecosystem. I feel like it's a very it's the redhead cousin right now. It's like, oh, this is just like
they're building it as they fly, man. That's what it is.
But they gotta integrate it with more PlayStation aspects. But I like where they're going with it. I think it's cool to reward gamers with their purchases and playing their games and whatnot. But make the campaigns a little more make it a little bit more appetizing. You know what I mean? Where sometimes I scroll through these campaigns, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to boot that up. Have stuff where it's also PlayStation 5 centric as well. You know what I mean? Where you have PlayStation 5 specific things that you can do on. In my opinion. Yeah, that's just a little critique, a little review with PlayStation Stars. Hopefully they can get it better. Because I do think it's a cool integration with it. But
and just real quick too, just to add on to that real quick, you can even it's crazy because you can even tie this into like PS Plus, where it's like brand new PS Plus games. Hey, play this game, blah blah blah, or in the PS Plus service with the classics. Oddworld just came out. Play through Oddworld and get 300 points.
Play a classic game.
Play a classic game to completion and get 1,000 points. Like shit like that, I feel like would definitely encourage and entice more people, because people like being rewarded for shit, like especially in this day and age where people just aren't playing games for enjoyment, they're playing games for, all this other bullshit. I feel like that would be a good way of making gaming, I don't want to say fun because gaming is fun, but making the idea of playing these games more incentivizing. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thanks.
Yeah, so right now, let's finish the poll. Persona is that who will you hire? GWP Industries or Lisp Inc. We're at 50-50%, man. With that. Wow. So Unikronn, you failed your mission, but the WUPS Nation has spoken. And they hiring us both. Okay, they hiring both of us. But I had another topic up here, but that's for time and all that stuff. We'll probably save this for another time. Cause we're gonna play it like either or. But I was gonna make it like 2023 edition.
We could probably play either or with Freya.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll save it for another time. We'll add that to like the questioning and stuff. But if you guys made it this far in the show, you already know the vibes. The first Platinum Trophy of the year for What's Up PlayStation podcast. Hey, you just loaded up that PlayStation 4 version. So, hey, we appreciate the support, guys, man. Like I said, if you guys been enjoying the podcast, hit the like button, subscribe for those people that's new. That we got to earn your trust. We got to earn your like. Hopefully we earned it today, man. You know what I mean? But Persona, man, hit us with your outro, man. Let the people know where they can find you. Let us know the vibe, what's going down.
Yes, sir.
In this January, man, birthday month is coming up, man. That boy gearing up.
Yes, sir. First off, man, it really does feel good to be back, man. The WUPS boys, man. 2023 gonna be a great year for us, man. We appreciate everybody that supported us in 2022. And we appreciate everyone that's going to support us in 2023. The growth is going to be real. We pushing for like 4,000, 5,000 subs, man. Like real talk, man. Like the sky is high this year. We really kicking it into the overdrive. There's a lot of great things coming to WUPS. More game nights. Playing some of these games and obviously more big guests and guests from the community and all that other stuff, man. So shout out to y'all. For me, man, Gaming with Persona, man, you can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. You can also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona. COD Sundays tomorrow, man. I'm playing some COD tomorrow, man. You're gonna hear me rage. You definitely gonna hear the rage. And what else? When Persona Speaks this Monday. There's something else there's another piece of more content I was gonna do. There's something else I was gonna do. I forgot. I'll remember. But remember, guys, man, next Saturday, man, we got Danielle Basutti, aka Freya from God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, rocking out with us here on What's Up PlayStation podcast. Don't miss that, man. It's gonna be a great interview, great questions. You know, me and Bari got some great questions we're gonna ask her. So, definitely tune in for that. And yeah, man, that's it, man. Always remember, guys, What's Up PlayStation podcast is a podcast for the community by the community. That's it.
Yep. Like I said, guys, we appreciate all the support. Like for me, guys, definitely look out for more content coming out. We just did We Gonna Talk. Speak from the Heart is definitely going to come this week. And there's going to be some game streams as well coming this week, where I'm going to be going back into rank with DNF Duel. And I'm going to be playing Demon Slayer as well, because I didn't really give it its just due as far as, you know, testing out the lobbies and the 60 frames per second. They did a lot of good stuff in that game, you know, things that I've been asking for them to do. And then we're going to get back into it and try the new characters, because I haven't really, you know, fleshed out or, you know, practiced out with some of these newer characters that was in the game. So, and I think my man Gamer with Brian, he said he want to, you know, he want to fight me in Demon Slayer. So, you know, it's going to be a fun time. So definitely look out for those streams, guys, and more content coming as far as, like, you know, opinion videos and all that stuff is coming. But when it comes to What's Up PlayStation podcast, trust me, man, we appreciate your guys' support. And always, you know, look at that. We got 155 likes so far with the video, so, or in the stream. So that's a lot, and we appreciate it. Thank you for participating in all the polls and, you know, being active in the chat. Thank you guys, man, for real. 2023, it's going to be a big year. And next week, don't miss next week. Do not miss. If you miss next week.
Oh, that's what I forgot. Yo, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say I'm going to kick them in the shin, but go ahead and say.
Nah, I remember. So back by popular demand, Ladies Night podcast.
It's
coming back. That's what I remember. I forgot.
Oh,
yeah. So Ladies Night is coming back next week as well. Next week, Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. It's gonna be a great cast of people too, man. I got
it's gonna be me. You talking about the 12th?
Yeah, the 12th. Yeah, 7:30. It's gonna be me, Stone, Luca, Morgan, Kendra.
Nice.
So yeah, it's gonna be a nice list. So I'm gonna have a really cool show outline. And Ladies Night is not just like it's not a gaming podcast. It's ladies in the community. Obviously, we talk about gaming, but it's definitely gonna be like some other stuff, like real world stuff and all this other shit. So it's gonna be really cool. So definitely check that out, man. You know, 2023, we coming back with Ladies Night, man. I know a lot of people were asking last year, like, yo, where's Ladies Night, man? When is it coming back? When you doing this? When you doing that? And you know, I'm like, yo, 2023, we gotta bring that back. So Ladies Night coming back, first episode next week, Thursday, 7:30 Eastern. Don't miss that.
As you should, man. Good to see that show coming back. I think it's a great show in the community. Something different. You know, sometimes you gotta mix things up, man, a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely good to hear that's coming back. But yeah, guys, definitely follow us or subscribe to us on our own respective channels. You know, the links have been shared throughout the whole show. But also, I really want you guys to subscribe to Plus Unblocked Podcasts with my man Upchuck Gaming and Dreology. Definitely show those guys support. Like, I really mean that too, man. I'm not just saying that just to say that. I really mean that. Like, yo, really subscribe to these guys. They're good people. We're not gonna direct you to no fugazi bullshit. You know what I mean? We're putting you to some but some solid gamers out here that actually play their games and love to talk about the things that they're talking about, which is, you know, fighting games. So definitely subscribe.
Yo, trust me when I tell you, like, yo, we've known Chuck and Dre for a very, very, very long time, like 10 plus years. Those are some really great dudes, and we really want to see them grow and we want to see them get to that 1K, that first 1K subs this year. So definitely go over there and check those boys out, man. Those are really great dudes, man. Check them out.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, right here on our channel, we have them featured like in the front of the channel, so you can't miss them. You know what I mean? If you come here on WUPS, you're definitely going to see, you know, Plus Unblocked right there in front of the channel. And also, if you guys don't know, we do sell merch as well. WUPSmerch.com. Definitely going to check that stuff out if you guys want to support us a little bit further. Check out some of our merchandise that we have here, where we have like 2 series going on, where we have the original, WUPS, shirt with me and Persona, as Cloud and Zach. And then we have the Bari versus Persona stuff where, we're shaking the hands from our classic Marvel versus Capcom game. So yeah,
X-Men
versus Street Fighter, yeah. Definitely go and check that stuff out, man, if you guys are interested in us supporting us a little bit further with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. What's Up PlayStation Podcast episode 110 is now in the books.
Fire.
We gone. Deuces.
Peace.